Here we go.
Hey, howdy, hey. You're listening to Stick Drift, bi-weekly show where we talk about the world of video games and the culture surrounding them. My name is Power Glover, and with me, a special guest, and returning to the podcast is Mr. Slade. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I'm glad to be back. I'm here to talk about, once again, the worst games you guys will ever have heard of.
They involve horses, most likely. Noah's also here. How you doing, Noah?
Yeah, I'm like, my shop, like, usually, you talk about, like, the guy who's usually on this first, and then you, like, talk about the special guest after that, so, like, I don't know, I'm feeling a little, like, livered of the chop variety, you know?
You're right. I should change this. Next time I won't introduce you at all. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
If you like it or you hate it, please would you rate it, follow the Rule of Cool, and leave a like on that mic. You can find us on YouTube at StickDriftPodYT, on Twitter/X at StickDriftYT, and lastly on our Facebook page, StickDrift. We're also on Spotify. Each of our content has its own channel, so for a specific podcast, please subscribe to each to make sure you get the newest audio content in your feed. Boys, we doing all right tonight? Everybody doing good? Except for Noah. He's not doing too good.
I'm not. Why
doing
am I not?
alright.
He's mad at me.
Am I?
You're mad at me.
Yeah,
I don't remember
it's
being
fine.
mad at you.
We can fix
Furious.
cut that. Anyway, let's talk about horses, Slade. You bring horses to the podcast every time you come. Tell me about the horse
Yeah.
lady. How's Gold Chip doing? How's Gold Chip? Tell me about
Yeah,
Gold Chip.
yeah. So I touched on this, if listeners remember, the last time I was on the podcast.
We talked about breeding, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were a little rushed that podcast, so I've had the chance to play the game a whole lot more, and I just want to give it. I just wanted to touch up on it. I felt like the first time I didn't give it the attention it deserves. So it's Umamusume, for those wondering. Pretty Derby, the gacha game. It's an alright game. If I had to put it in buzzwords, it's a roguelike gacha game.
We love
And-
roguelikes. We love gacha games.
Yes, of course. And you have your usual gacha mechanics of you get to summon a character and then something else. And in this game it's support cards, which give your horses random boosts and can play different little funny, quirky scenes during the main mode.
That sounds like everything I want in a video game. I love horses.
Yes.
I like the idea of horses. Horses kind of scale me.
That's
Noah
true.
likes Gold Chip, so he'd be down
No,
for
I
this.
actually don't like Gold Chip, and I don't even like horses.
Mhm.
Not because they
Yeah.
scare me, but
And-
because
oh.
they hate me, and I hate them back.
Yeah, Noah doesn't like them. We will continue the Umamusume talk, I promise. But Noah is going to tell me about something he actually likes. The PSX. What'd you get?
Yeah, I got the PSX for video watchers. I'll pick it up real quick. It's a beast. It's a Mr.
Hercules.
Beast.
Hercules.
Got this.
There it is. Look
Look
at
at
that. Oh man, so cool.
It is.
PSX.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know what this is, like me, what is it, Noah?
It's it's like a DVR mixed with a PlayStation 2. It was sold by Sony rather than like Sony Computer Entertainment. It was sold by like actual Sony in Japan. It's a Japanese exclusive system, and it's basically just a fancy PS2 fat, but it looks cool. And it's big, and it's just a weird novelty. So,
It looks like the love child between a 360 and a Wii.
yeah,
looks like
kind of, yeah. Which is weird for a Sony thing. And then I've also got a little pocket station as well. So it's it's a fun little purchase that I made today, and I'll be trying to get that set up with some games and things. So
Nice. And he spent $7,000 on it, and
Absolutely.
Mhm.
he sacrificed a small Slovakian village for the rights to get this. So,
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes.
They deserved
Yeah.
it though.
I know. They oh, you're telling me, buddy. But yeah, the PSX is it's what everybody wants. It's the hottest item on shelves these days. And go out and get one right now. We're really excited
Yep.
about this PSX hotness, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I barely knew what that was. So
I barely
telling
knew
me
what it
that,
was
and
too.
then so like you posted the picture of this like tonight, and I was like, I don't think I know what this is, which is
Yeah.
kind of rare for like a console.
It's
I'm
a
usually pretty
weird
well-versed in
console.
that,
It's
but-
barely a console, I'd say. It's more of just like a device that happens to contain a console inside of it. So
It looks like a DVD player.
it is, yeah. It's supposed to look like a DVD player because that's its primary function, is to be a DVD player. Its secondary function is being a console. So
Okay.
Right. It's like a stealth PS2. There you go.
yep.
That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, this weekend, you said you took it up, and we'll take a look at it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it'll be
Excited to see
weird.
that.
It'll be weird to see.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like watching things that shouldn't exist. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like me. Anyway, there's been some
Exactly.
stuff that's happened in the gaming world, most of it bad. Something good happened last night that we should at least open with, because I wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit. And
Is it
Slade,
good?
you're maybe the Noah, stop. We all know you're the emulation guy. Everyone loves emulating games. and
I don't
making
remember
games
being the
free.
emulation guy, actually. Fun fact.
I like paying $20 for Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I'll be
And
goddamn if
no-
someone tells me I can't.
And no network compatibility either on that, by the way. $20 for no network play. So have fun with your... Like, that ruins the deal for me personally, but...
Yeah, that's for me too.
Fun fact: kill yourself. Slade,
Oh,
what do you think of this?
Wait, did we say what we're talking about even, or do we just skip over that?
Yeah. No, I yelled Fire Red and
Okay.
Leaf Green.
Yeah.
They're putting that on Switch. That's basically
Okay,
what's happening.
sorry.
How do you feel
Yep.
about
I guess
that?
I just phased out of existence for a couple of seconds.
happens to the best of us.
It's cool. It does. It
yeah.
really does.
No, it's all right. Fire Red and Leaf Green's okay.
No,
It's a great
good.
game for ROM hacks and
Yeah.
being a base for that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Gen 1 at the end of the day. I'm sorry to say, it is just Gen 1 again.
There's not much going on. If you've played Gen 1, you've played Gen 1. Like, if they had the network play, then maybe this thing would be worth it. But $20 for a ROM, like, come on, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, it's nice to have it on the go and not have to deal with the crappy like emulation buttons on mobile, right? But yeah, otherwise, I think this will be a skip for me.
Being Fire Red Charizard on my Switch makes me feel things, and I will not have you guys say no to this. I don't agree. I think it looks great. I am happy they're doing this. This is opening the door for ultimately, hopefully, phasing out the 3DS aspect of playing these games on the go. The 3DS is great, but it's also very old, and I would like to play these on a modern console. So it's cool that we get to do that. You can emulate all day, whatever. That's why people buy that AYN Thor that everyone's going crazy about. That I want too, but it's having a way to play it in a modern way is good. I think that's good. Everyone has a take about this. It seems lately they're like, oh, and you could have emulated this already. I'm like, yeah, you can emulate a lot of things, but like I'm more than happy spending my adult money buying a game that I really liked back in the day. So sorry, Noah, what'd you say?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm more on the side of I like using actual hardware for things typically. So I'd rather play these things on like
Yeah, that's true.
something that's using the actual cartridge at the very least. Like even if it's like something like those systems, those analog pockets or whatever that they came out with a while back. Like those are interesting because they use the actual cartridges. So
Well, it's nice if you're not spending $150 on it, but you
Sure.
are for a regular cartridge. So this is a better way to pay the price for playing a good game. Like I think it's just it makes more sense to me.
There's also cartridge reproductions that people sell, and
Yeah,
don't.
you can get
I
them on
don't-
like Etsy. I've gotten some. but-
Yeah, I don't see a
I-
reason why you wouldn't just get those. Honestly.
I will say this is huge for people that don't want to like pirate anything or emulate anything, and want an easy and affordable way to play it on official hardware. This is a
Sure.
big day for those people.
The best tweet I saw about this is I low key DGAF about them Pokemon game ports because they cost $20. I have a job. Why should I care? I'm like, you know what? Fair, dude. Fair. Everyone is so like, oh, you can't buy this. I mean, you gotta
can buy it.
emulate it. You're not supporting the devs
Yeah.
anyway. I'm like, this is just the dumbest discourse I've ever heard. It's $20
Wait,
buy
what's
it or
the
don't. It's an
Yeah.
old ass game. I think it's fine.
I might buy
So-
it. If I get a wild hair and want to play that thing on my Switch, maybe I'll
Yeah.
buy it. But it's not like something I'm gonna rush out and get. I don't think.
No.
No, but it's for me, it's opening the door for like a crystal to show up. And if they show up with crystal, oh boy, you won't hear from me. I love that game.
For real.
So,
They're saying that
you
they
know,
don't
and maybe-
have any plans for like future games. Is what their current
that's
official
what they say.
stance is. So.
That's what they say. I bet you this is going to sell millions of copies and they will change their tune. I bet you that will happen. Because people are Pokemon crazy. I don't know if you know this. It's the biggest IP in
What?
world history. So, yeah.
Pokemon the brand having a video game that people like, that's crazy.
That doesn't happen very much anymore. So you might as well get the good stuff while you can. But yeah, there's that. It's also it's releasing next Friday, the 27th, as the time of this recording, February. Pokemon Presents should be happening. So just a quick little bit. Do we think is it Gen 10? Do you think Gen 10 is going to be here in any way? What do you guys think? No, Noah shrugs.
Yeah.
Slade?
I could see it. I could see it. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet came out pretty close after Legends
Mhm.
Arceus wrapped up all of its like final stuff, right?
Right.
I
it's
could
supposed to
see it.
be. Yeah, I could see it. I think if it's anything, it'd be a teaser. Allegedly, this gen is going to be Pokemon Wind and Wave. It's supposed to be like Polynesian themed. Apparently, it's going to be a new
Okay.
like region and island and everything. So
That
new Pokemon, new setting, everything.
that's just like a leak though that you saw, right? That's not like.
It's a leak.
anything,
It's a
yeah.
leak, but they've also been right about the last 3 to 4 names for Pokemon. So I'm going off with their track record.
Sure.
They could be wrong, but Wind and Wave would be good. That's a good gen split.
Sounds
I like
fun.
that name.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't know. I wonder how similar it would be to a Sun and Moon, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Uh,
gonna get pretty close to that possibly. Hopefully they can kind of branch that out, diversify it a bit. I'd like it if it was like a
Yeah.
lot more like low tech. That would be kind of cool if they did like a low tech sort of
Yeah.
setting for a mainline
Yeah.
game. I think that they need to pump the brakes a little bit on releasing Pokemon games. I know they won't, but I'd like
Agree.
for them to
I
put
agree.
some development time into it, and that their A team is probably off doing Beast of Reincarnation anyways. So
Yeah.
like
probably.
it's just gonna be the sloppy leftovers for the Gen 10 if they're trying to rush that thing out. So
Well, from what I've seen anyway, it seems like they're upstart devs in Game Freak that went off to do that. They had an idea and they pitched it, and they basically, since they're a second party studio for everything, they're never
Yeah.
they're technically their own entity. You know, I think they just pitched Microsoft, and Microsoft was like, "Yeah, we'll publish this. We'll give you a ton of money to do it." So, and it's funny, like I've talked about this a couple times in that developer direct from a few months back. All the devs were like, "This is what happens when you get a lot of money to make something that's not Pokemon. Look at this. We love this. Please don't cancel our game."
yeah, please
so-
don't cancel
and
our game.
With Xbox,
They probably
with
actually
Xbox
said
crashing and burning, it might. Well, they actually name drop Pokemon a lot in that Xbox direct. I'm like,
That's
that's
funny.
weird.
Yeah.
Usually, like, never the twain shall meet, right? But
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of a little tidbit there. Pokemon Presents next week. We could all see a teaser trailer happening. I think if they're going to show anything, it's going to be that, and then the summer they'll probably do what they did for Scarvy and show a longer thing. So if I had to imagine, bet you it's an October September timeline game. They like getting those games out before the holidays so they can sell Switches and bundle them. That's what they like doing. So
They love bundling.
I wouldn't
Can't
surprise me if
stop
they do that
bundling.
here. They can't stop bundling. Can't stop bundling. But yeah, that's the excuse me, that's the spiel. Sorry, I'm choking on my own phlegm here. Um, yeah, no, Noah, you like Gold Chip, but Slade, you may like Gold Chip more. Talk to me more
Mhm,
about
mhm.
Umamusume. Any
Yeah.
other things that you have to say about horses that do not breed?
Yes, yes. Sorry. I got the buggy ahead of the horse there a little bit.
No,
I
it's
guess you could
fine. No,
say I was
I like
chomping
hearing
at the
about games.
bit.
Oh
It's
my
okay.
gosh.
Um,
Noah's cringing. Noah's cringing for the audio
And
listeners. He's
my
physically in a
suffering.
corner, rolled up like a roly poly, and he cannot believe his ears.
yes. But yeah, it's a visual novel roguelike gotcha game. Um, basically.
There's
And
a
you
lot of
pull
nouns
for
there.
characters and you pull for things called support cards, which during the main roguelike mode called career mode, they add like special events that happen, and you can choose your multiple choices and get stat boosts and stuff like that. It's kind of neat. The other modes are they will have like obviously some events and stuff like that. It's a gotcha game. But then there is story mode, which is actually tells like um, a lot of the main stories the game's trying to tell you, as well as character specific stories. Once you level up your affinity with them, them being the horse girls that you can get and everything. But I gotta say, I really like the world of Umamusume, but I don't like the gotcha game. I gotta say. It it demands for a lot of your time
Hmm.
because the main end game of the mode is PvP stuff during like events. And to get like good enough horses to compete, you have to like do multiple runs to try to get one good horse for and then another good horse for parents and then have those make, inspire, as they call it, down to another horse to give those stats. But then you have to do that again so you can have basically kind of like this lineage converging into this one unit that has like super buffed stats, and it's all RNG based, and um it prefers you to definitely have maxed out units, which for those that don't play gotcha games is pulling a character or other such thing multiple times usually levels them up.
Yep.
And it definitely wants you to have maxed out things to be like the best you can be. So, and also the premium prices don't even bother. So, if anyone wants to get into the world of Umamusume, 1000% watch the animes, watch the movies, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna have a way better time. Try out the gotcha game. I'd say it's worth a try. Do like a story mode. Do like a couple run throughs to get the feel of the game and stuff. But it's it's not super worth to stay in it for the long haul unless you're really there for that grind.
Yeah, if you'd like horses that level up that are also ladies,
Uh huh.
go for
That's
it. But
that's an
maybe watch a TV show
oddly
instead.
specific group of people, but you know.
Yeah. No, Noah, everything's got its niche. You know this. Everything
Oh
has
yeah.
its things for people.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that's the Uma Musume minute. Next time we'll ask you again about it, even though you're not playing it because that's you. You're the Uma Musume guy. And
Yep.
yeah, you're our official man on the ground. We'll call it that. How about
I like it. I like it.
that? not to diminish that, but no, talk about a real fucking video game.
No.
Persona 5 Royal. What's going on in
Oh
that
my
game?
gosh. It's a bunch of people and they're shouting Persona. That's about the entire game. You ad nauseum for 100 or so hours, and you've got Persona 5 Royal.
Not just okay. So preface this: Noah played Persona 5 Royal. He'll also talk about another game called Persona 3 Reload. He has played damn near 200 hours of Persona games in February and January.
Definitely
So
more than
this
that.
man is
but-
this man is broken. He needs therapy. We need to probably put him down clean. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah,
Take him out back, pull out the shotgun.
I've played
That's
too
right,
much
that's
Persona. No, Persona 5 is a pretty good game. It's got the visual flair of the series. That's pretty nice. It's got a pretty good soundtrack. The character designs are all right. I think they're a little bit weaker than some of the other entries, but I think the crux of Persona 5 is its themes and like what it's trying to convey. I think it stumbles a little bit in the beginning of the game. Like the opening hours of the game are pretty weak, but I think it picks up steam as the game progresses, and it's a type of game that it gets progressively better as you go through it, whether it's picking up, in my opinion, better party members or going through more poignant storylines with the characters. I think that some of the later story beats are a lot more interesting than the early story beats. Not to say that the early story beats aren't poignant, the stuff with the, wealthy, or not wealthy, but the at least famous man, trying to get with high school girls, that's not too far off with reality, but the whole thing as a package, I think, is pretty interesting. It's very lengthy. There's a lot of content in there. There's a lot to do. It's a very large life sim game. It's basically like a life management sim sort of thing on top of an RPG. Like that's basically what those things are on top of a JRPG, and it does that aspect well. It tries to kind of juggle things a bit, but yeah, it's the like dungeon design of the palaces are pretty all right. They can kind of drag on a little bit sometimes. Mementos can also drag on sometimes going through that. It's not a lot of differentiating things in Mementos. You do unlock a way to auto kill enemies that are weaker than you through doing Ryuji's social link, so that's kind of nice. But you got to get pretty far into that before you get that. But yeah, and then I had already beat Persona 5 main story, so I was really playing it for the royal content, and it was definitely I thought it was worth playing for the royal content because I really liked what they did with royal. I think that the the way they wrap up the game through the royal content is really good. I really enjoyed it. And it's just a really interesting thing that they added on, I think, to that base game. That I think it's probably worth playing, and even if you've played through Persona 5 base game before. So I'm
Cool.
the one of my favorite characters in that gets more screen time than he did in the base game. So put it that way. So I had a lot of fun with it. So I might be a little biased, but I also liked one of the new characters that they added in as a social link. I thought he was pretty interesting. So yeah, definitely
Cool.
definitely check it out. It's long, but it's worth it for at least for the royal content. I think it's definitely worth it. But the whole game as a whole is
Yeah.
pretty good too. So
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Before I kind of ask a couple questions because I'm looking to play this very soon. Slade, you have some experience with Persona 5 base, right?
Yeah, so I played through Persona 5. Funnily enough, a friend gifted it to me right before Royale came out or got announced, that is.
It do be.
Um, so I played Persona 5 and then I got Royale and I'm like, oh, I got to play through regular Persona 5. I can't do this because they do change up some things. They add more to like the palaces you go through and stuff.
Hmm.
But until you reach that Royale content, there is not enough stuff going on that makes it
No.
different. That is like it that keeps your attention. You really got to play one or the other, and there's no reason to not play Royale.
Hmm.
But it's a fun game. I uh I loved it. I think it has one of the best soundtracks of any game. I'll be honest. It then it's got SMT combat, which is always fun.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I've I've talked about it on the podcast. I've played about 20 hours of original base, and then it was a thing of like, what's the best way to play this version? Oh, Royale came out, whatever. I just one of those things that kind of went by the wayside. But I've carved out most of my March to play it, so that's my goal.
Hmm.
But the next big game I'll be playing, which I will talk about next podcast, is Resident Evil 9. So after that, it's all Persona all the time. So that's my goal, is to do that, and then and then Final Fantasy 10 this year. If I get those two done, I'll be very happy with that. So that's the initial goal. But yeah, so no, playing it the second time, I guess. So you'd recommend this for the Royale content specifically.
Yeah.
Um, what's the new additions to Royale in comparison to the original?
Yeah, Royal has it has two brand new like social links, like brand new characters straight up that it adds in. And then it has just like a few changes to story beats. Like there's more story involved with like the rival character Akechi that you can unlock. And then there's just like a lot of quality of life things, slash quality of death, because they giveth and they taketh away, because they make it to where you can, um you each battle you reload your ammo, so you can like use your ammo in every battle and be happy and joyous. um but they took away the ability from the rank 10 star to swap your allies in a single turn. Now you have to spend a whole turn swapping your allies. You can spend their turns at rank 10 to swap allies, but you still have to spend a turn swapping allies. And I just found that to be like a waste of turns most of the time.
Okay, you're right.
Um, so I didn't really like that, because in the base game you could just swap them out at rank 10 without wasting a turn, and that felt really fun. But it also kind of defeats the purpose of the game, because then at that point you really don't have to have multiple personas to swap between and cover your weaknesses. So it's a give or take thing. I just didn't like that change too much personally, but
Okay,
um the like by the end of the game though, I wasn't even fusing personas at all. Like I had kind of like once I got to like the post game, like the actual royal post game content, I was just like, I'm just gonna pick up personas and just use whatever personas I get out in the wild. I just kind of stopped fusing, and that was fine. I was playing a normal, and
yeah,
so
yeah,
the game just, you do get to level 99, which is fun, because like base game you didn't really have a need to get to level 99, whereas in this game they kind of have like the primrose path for you to get to level 99, so it's pretty simple. um but yeah, it's really interesting. I definitely liked the post game content the most out of the game. um I thought that was the best content, but the whole game's worth playing if you haven't played it yet. And if you have played it, if you like it enough, you should slog through it again to get to that post-game content. That's what I'd say.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Persona 5 Royal. What's your favorite character in that game?
Catchy.
Akechi. Okay. No spoilers. No spoilers. But Akechi. Okay. Cool. I will be meeting Akechi soon, I imagine. So
Catchy's very
that's yeah, Persona 5 Royal. So I guess you'd recommend the Royal version over the original.
Absolutely.
Right,
the original I don't even like anymore because it doesn't have the content that Royal has. That's the content that I like is the Royal content specifically. Right. So
okay, cool. So Persona 5 Royal. I will be jumping on this very soon. So I'm glad to hear that you played and finished it, and we will continue with Noah's JRPG hole very shortly. I promise. Yeah, segue to me for a couple things. I've been kind of checking through some indie games to start the year, and it's been really nice to just kind of sit back and check out what some of these smaller devs are doing. So I played and beat Big Hops. I mentioned it on an earlier podcast before Game of the Year. I had just started it then. I reviewed it as well on my Substack. I'd like to put up something about it at some point, but who knows? I don't have a ton of time at the moment, but I intend to hopefully do that. Basically, I view indie platformers, as all kind of trying to vie for this crown of like trying to break open the indie platformer collectathon, like to be the new Banjo-Kazooie, whatever you want to say, like to be on par with the big boys, like the bigger Marios, the Banjo-Kazooies, whatever's of the world. And I feel like a lot of times they just fall short. Like they just fall short in some key ways. They are well intentioned. They are, usually presentationally where you want it, where you want it to be for those types of games. But just the execution always feels very lacking in indie platforming collectathons, honestly. And Big Hops is one of those, which is kind of unfortunate. It's a good effort, I will say. I think of it on the sliding scale. So according to people, the tops of the indie platforming craze is probably like a Hat in Time or something like that.
yeah,
And then the
people like
lower
that
end is
thing.
like a yeah, yeah. And on the lower end it's like a ukulele. You know what I mean? Like stuff that had a lot of potential but just ultimately underwhelmed people, right? And Big Hops slides more to the ukulele side of it, but it's more squarely in the middle between the two. I think it does a
Yeah.
lot of nice things, but it's just not there. It's just not there. And I think there's a good game lying underneath the surface, but the technical issues are so compromising here, like really
Oh,
compromising.
really?
It really hampered my
Huh.
experience. Yes, really hampered my experience.
It's like a physics platformer, so for it to have technical issues,
Yes.
that's like a no.
That's a killer.
Yeah.
It breaks the cardinal rule of platforming, dude. Like you can't trust the physics, and that's not good.
That's the
there's been
one thing you get right.
Yeah.
You have to get that right, and it's got to be consistent, or you can't bank on anything. So,
Yep.
when these issues happened early in the game, I was pretty leery with engaging it the rest of the way because it continued to betray me. Like I was like, okay, I know for sure what I need to do this jump, and either calamity happens, I clip through the geometry, or just the mechanics don't kick in like they should. So, for instance, I'm doing this like activity where you're trying to get like it's the equivalent of like a moon or something like. You're doing this like obstacle course, right? And you're supposed to wall run in this section, and I've been moving around pretty good. This is about an hour or so in. I get at a good clip. I get it's like a jump dive sort of thing where you like get onto the wall and then you can wall run. Well, I tried and I fell right through the wall on the left, and I was like, okay, game. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. Happens again the exact same way the second time. The exact same way. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, this isn't me. There's no way this is me. I do it again. I don't go through it this time, but I start running and then I slide down all the way on this wall run. I'm like, okay, this is bad. This is real bad. And this is not the first instance of that. At some point, I was able to actually fool the geometry enough to get me to where I needed to go. but it was an entire level of that, and it was not good. There was other times where there's water physics that control different puzzle aspects of the game. Sometimes the water physics just don't work, and you fall through the world, like genuinely. Um, like the game isn't always consistently broken, but it's broken in key ways at key moments, you know. And it needed more time in the oven. It's an indie game from an indie studio, Luckshot Games, I believe. And I'm not trying to put them on blast. It's a good effort a lot of the way, but technically it is just compromise. It's just compromise. The story is okay. It's a little too talky for me in terms of a platformer. There's like actually a lot of committed voice acting in this game. Like they have Spike Spiegel from freaking Cowboy Bebop in this
Oh
game.
wow.
And he plays probably the best character, but like again, they're talking to you about a story that doesn't matter and it's not interesting. And at some point you're just like, okay, I'm trying to get to this game. Just let me play the game. And it's always constantly talking at you, and the voice acting is just not very good, genuinely. Aside from a couple of bright spots like Steve Bloom being in the game, which is cool. Um, there is a character in this game that is maybe the worst character I've ever interacted with in a game. Like, and I'm not trying to be, I don't know. I'm not trying to just like be all crazy, man. Like, oh, let me say something super controversial. No, this character is genuinely the worst designed guy I've ever seen in a video game. Terrible design. The voice acting is mediocre at best, and he is constantly in the game. Constantly, he's like your vendor for like badges and gadgets and items. Like you always have to interact with him. His name is Diss, and he is just terrible. Like like this game was maybe a 7. It knocks it down to a 6. Like if we're gonna be on a scale, like he majorly impacted my feeling about the game. And they have like this come to Jesus moment at the end of this game. Not to get too far in the story, where he's basically kidnapped you and made you do this thing for him to like fix this universe because it becomes a save the world situation.
Oh
And they
yeah.
try to make him sympathetic in a way where I'm like, dude, you have not earned it. You suck. Leave me alone. And they try to be like, oh, this is great actually. And the main character Hop is like, screw you, dude. No, you've kidnapped me. I'm not happy with you. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I feel you. Like I feel
Yeah.
the same way about this character. And they did not engender any sort of goodwill. It's funny, like it backfires twice. They backfire on the story where Dis is basically like pouring his heart out to Hop as a main character. And Hop is just not having it. He's like, no, dude, whatever. And I was like, okay, that works because I feel the same way
Yeah.
as this character does. And I'm just like, every step of the way, it is just not executing right. This game. It sounds like I hate it. I don't. I think it's an okay game. There's a good game underneath here, and that's what bums me out about it. I'm glad I played it. It's a really interesting game. There's some cool mechanics in it. Like it's a physics platformer. There's a lot of consumable items you can throw. A lot of interesting platforming you can do. The best stuff is actually at the end of this game, which is a shame because you do like these speed running levels through warped versions of old worlds you go through, and it's really
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
That stuff is really good, and it's kind of hard. Some of the harder stuff you can do, and yeah, it feels like as they developed it, they got better at making the game because the weakest parts and the stuff that isn't as polished is towards the beginning. And as you keep playing, it feels like it becomes more and more polished, which is weird. That doesn't normally happen in games.
Not
Usually,
for
games
like,
games fall apart. You know?
Yeah.
especially like
happens in
for
reverse.
collectathons. Like collectathons,
Yeah.
typically like the stuff that people really like and remember are like the early game, and then like they start to fall apart in like the mid
Yep.
game, and then they pick back up in the late game. Is usually what happens with.
Yeah,
Collectathons.
exactly. But it was not like that. That's usually the case. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was ultimately slightly disappointing for me because of these issues. But yeah, like the physics engine betraying you all the time is just it's almost inexcusable. Like it's a
Yeah.
huge cardinal sin of the genre. So I
Oh.
wish I could recommend it. I really can't. I don't think you should play this game. If they fix these issues, there's a good game there. But right now it's not where it needs to be. I mean, that's just the truth.
Well,
And
you gotta
also
be
I
able-
played on sorry, continue.
No, you're gonna. I was gonna say you got to be able to trust your jump in a platformer. If you can't trust
Yeah.
your jump, then that's. I mean, you just might as well give up. Like,
yeah, at a base level, this game does not execute the way it should. The way they set out, they break the rules they give you. They break the rules. Um, and it's just it's not ready for prime time. And I think specifically a lot of these issues stem from it being an original Switch game. This is an original Switch game. I played this on Switch. This should have had a Switch 2 version. It would have fixed a lot of issues, I think. And they just, like I said,
It's on
either
Steam
for
as
budget or
well.
whatever. It's on Steam. It might run better on there. Switch was pretty choppy.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest looking game ever. It's got a pretty good like design and
I
look.
think it's
like,
got a good art style. I think
yeah,
it's okay.
it's got a good style. It's got a good style. I like the aesthetics of it, but I
Yeah.
don't like the way it runs on Switch.
Right. That
Again,
makes
I played on
sense.
Switch too, but some of the best stuff is like in the middle to end of the game. There's a really good level called Junktown that I really liked. It reminded me of like kind of the Blue Sky, Sega times that
Sure.
people love. Like all
Yeah.
those, like the Sonic Adventure 1 side of it, where it's just all blue skies and running around. Like that's how
Yep.
it felt.
Yep.
And so like there's stuff in here that you should look at and be like, yeah, this is good. If you see this on sale, I'd pick it up. As it stands, it's $20. It's not a really expensive game, but and I'm all for support the devs, but like don't give them your money if the game's broken. It's broken.
Yeah.
So
For-
they just need to fix these problems. But
Yeah. For me, if I'm wanting to play like a collectathon platformer, 3D platformer sort of thing for like the aesthetics and like the vibes, I'll definitely play Ape Escape. Like that's just the one for me. That's like
Yeah.
the vibes. Like
Okay.
yeah,
I love some of those levels just atmospherically. Like
good
the
game.
gameplay is good, but just like the atmosphere of that thing, like it's I don't know any like collectathon that's captured that sort of PS1 like chill, like lo-fi sort of atmosphere like that game has. Like it's insane. Just
Spyro's
how-
pretty good. Spyro's pretty good. That's on the same level, I'd say. And I played that game on PS1.
Yeah.
I think Spyro 2 specifically are really good for that. So, yeah, those are good games. I used to own those on PS1, and I remember loving them as a kid. They're not as hard as like a Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I played Spyro 1 and like that game like it just doesn't have quite the aesthetics for me that an Ape Escape
Yeah, I
does.
think you're right about that. No,
And it's a bit
yeah.
too fast for me to be like this is a chill game. Like Ape Escape, you can kind of just
Okay.
take at your own pace, whereas Spyro, you're kind of running around constantly, right? And so it doesn't have quite like that chill vibe that an Ape Escape has.
Sure. Yeah,
But
Ape
it is a
Escape,
nice.
I
mean,
haven't.
Spyro's nice looking. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, and I will say again that Reunited trilogy is tops. But yeah, as for aesthetics, I mean, you could. Does anybody like hate Ape Escape? Like everyone that I know that plays that game like loves
Yeah.
Ape Escape. It's like one of these like beloved things. you
Yeah,
know?
and like I don't like you don't hear it though like talked about a whole lot. Like it's one of those things that just kind of goes
Right.
under the radar a little bit for some weird reason. Like people don't talk about it in the same breath as like Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64, and I don't get why that's the case. Like it's a very different game to those games, but it's still a 3D like collectathon. Like
It
like-
feels like your favorite like developer's platformer. Like that's kind of how it feels like.
yeah.
Like it feels like it influenced a lot of games. Is kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
It
yeah.
just has such a structure to it. But that's all that to say. That's like it's unfortunate that this game doesn't seem to have quite captured like any sort of like niche for itself in the indie 3D platforming landscape. From sounds of it,
Yeah.
like it wanted to be
It-
like the physics
Yeah.
platformer, and it just
Mhm.
didn't quite get there.
It just didn't quite get there, and I commend this game for trying. It does try. It tries very hard. It is audacious in a lot of ways, but like I see the top of the scale as games that I played is like Tinykin's the top. I love Tinykin. Like in terms of collectathon
Yeah,
indie
that thing's
platformer,
fun.
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
really like that game a lot. And like I said, like Ukulele is maybe the most disappointing. This game is not on the bottom, it's not the top, it's right in the middle. So Big Hops talked about it to death. It's an okay game, too good if fixed, but it's not fixed.
Did,
So yeah,
did you ever get around to that re-release of Ukulele? I've heard a lot of people saying that good stuff about that re-release of Ukulele.
I got the discounted rate for getting that game because
Okay.
I got the original years
Yeah.
ago. And I have it. I have not booted it up.
Yeah, people really
But
like that thing
I've
from what I
heard that
understand.
people do.
So
Okay.
I wouldn't
I would be
discount
interested to
it
see what the
yet.
differences are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
heard
Gotcha.
it
Very
seems
interesting.
interesting enough, and it seems niche enough. I kind of want to try ukulele. It's
Yeah.
like it's one of those things that existed and no one talked about. So it's kind of like I gotta see like what
They
the whole
talked
thing
about
is
it in a
about
negative light on that original release, and then they
Okay.
stopped talking about it because it was so negative. But the like
Well,
they
bad.
took
It
a lot
was.
of the feedback
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they heard from that original release and like completely gutted out the game to be what more what fans expected the game was going to be. From what I understand, like they did things like
Okay,
completely changing physics and things like that so that the game felt better. So
Yeah. That's a big deal.
yeah.
That's a big deal. And it was kind of twofold. Like it was that the stuff that people felt like they didn't get the game they were, sold.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like all the groundswell of support it got initially. Like it was a Kickstarter game. It was one of the most successful Kickstarters ever. It was ex Rare devs. I mean, you had like Greg Mails there, I think, for a while, right? Or no, you
Oh,
had some
really?
you had some like bona fides there, like the music from Banjo Kazooie. The composer
Yeah.
was on this game. Is it Greg Wise? I think he was there.
Well, it's
Not
it's
Greg
not
Mails,
Grant.
but
It's not Grant Kirkhope.
is it? It might be the other one. It might be Grant Kirkhope actually.
I don't know which
It
one
was
it is.
one or the other.
Yeah.
It was either Wise or Kirkhope, one of
Yeah.
them, and it might have been both. I don't remember, but it was ex Rare people. I really should research this for talking out of my ass. But basically, like I heard Replay E is like a better version of that
Yeah.
game, and that's encouraging. So I should give it another chance.
I
You're
need
right,
to I
you're
need to
right.
get around to it. I never played the original. I own Replay. I haven't got around to it yet, but I want to check it out at some point.
Yeah, and again, that 2D side scroller, the Impossible Lair, people love that game. So if
Yeah.
if Replay is to the level of even that, I think people would be pretty happy with it.
The other indie platform I need to check out is Demon Turf. I've been meaning to check out Demon Turf quite a bit. I liked what I played of that Bubsy 4D by those devs, and so I need to check out like what else they've been doing.
Yeah, Fabraz, Demon Turf. They I think they have a sequel to that just came out.
Yeah, it's like the third or fourth game, I think.
Yeah, they have
a lot
I think
of
they
them.
have 3. I think that is the third. I think that's
Is
the
it?
third one.
Okay.
I do think you're right. That's from what I understand. That's the third one.
Okay.
But yeah, they're relatively successful. So yeah, it looks cool. But yeah, I want a good, nice platformer in the indie space, and everyone attempts, and it's interesting to see the effort, right? So
Yep.
that's enough of big hops. But it's a larger conversation for sure. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna shuffle up the dock a little bit. Slade, tell me about Pokemon Clover, and then after that, I'll tell you about how I felt about Cairn because I love that game. But yeah,
Okay.
Pokemon Clover, what you got?
Yeah, so Pokemon Clover, for those that are not aware, is a Pokemon ROM hack. This is not a secret Pokemon game you missed out on. It's one of the more renowned Pokemon ROM hacks for sure. It plays really well. Almost what you'd expect from like Pokemon level quality, at least in terms of the new Pokemon. It's entirely made up of like fake mon or whatever you want to call them, right? There's no original Pokemon or like Pokemon in the game. And they got solid move sets, they got solid abilities. There's even like some new things in the like typing department and stuff. Ported the fairy typing to Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green. That's the engine it runs off of. There's just one problem with the game. Its developers. Because it is a Pokemon ROM hack made entirely by 4chan.
Yep. The V board
Like, like actually
specifically.
4chan?
Yeah,
Oh,
like the
boy.
V
Yes,
board.
like-
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, boy. And so, why
And
is this a problem, Slade?
well, there might be some stereotypes
Listen, you have to
into
inform people. You got
Pokemon.
to tell me what the problems are.
Okay.
Tell me for real what you're
It's I mean, yeah, it's made by 4chan. There's a lot of like anime hentai references in it. There's a lot
Oh,
of
my.
racist stuff in it. Um so that part isn't great, but I kind of just try to ignore it. That sounds bad. I didn't know that going into the game. I tried to be as blind to it as possible. I just looked up
Oy.
good Pokemon ROM hacks, heard Clover. But it's if you can get past some of that stuff, it is a pretty good game.
It's like the whole game, though. It's like the entire game.
Not entirely. They poke
Okay, there
fun.
is some Pokemon in there. You're right.
Yeah. They poke fun at like Smogon a lot. That's like your main rival.
Uh-huh.
His whole thing is he's a big Smogon competitive guy.
That's fun.
Your other rival is like some edgy fedora neckbeard, so that's pretty funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Princess. No. But yeah, there is cool references as well. Like there's one fake Pokemon that's it's based off of in like one of the original Pokemon games in I think it's in Kanto, the grass gym. There's like a painting of some obscure Pokemon no one can tell. Looks like it has a purple Bellsprout head and it has like 3 legs and stuff. They made that into a Pokemon.
Oh wow, cool.
There's there's some pretty cool stuff. It's fun and it's a step up in difficulty from your regular run-of-the-mill Pokemon game. I haven't beat the game. I haven't beat the main story, but I've heard that the post-game story and content, you have to have like a fully EV/IV trained team ready to go, ready to cover matchups and everything. And they have things to help facilitate that, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's called PKX.
But honestly, no, because here's a fun fact for you. You cannot cheat in this game because it has a detector somehow. They don't want you to cheat in their single player experience. Here Noah was in VC with me while I was playing this game and I was grinding. And he's like, "Why don't you just like, hack in rare candies?" And so I did because the emulator has a built-in feature for it. And then I go to get them and they're not there and I'm like, what? I look it up. Apparently, Pokemon Clover has things in place to detect if you're cheating.
Insane.
And if so, once you get to the Pokemon League, you will get arrested. And the only way out is to delete your save file.
Are you kidding?
No.
That's insane. God forbid we have fun with our ROM hack Pokemon games.
Yeah, nope, not allowed. Not allowed.
I don't think it would care though if you like PK hexed your way into a perfect IV
PK
Pokemon.
Hex seems like
considering I use PK Hex to fix your save file after you did that, so.
But built
I do remember
in,
that. I was actually there for this. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, built-in hacks for internet emulators are no go.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, surprisingly, the best experience I've had with the game is the music. This game has some really, really good music for a bunch of 4chaners.
Nice.
Like, I'll give it that. But yeah, no, it's a great Pokemon experience that I would not suggest to a single soul. If you do try it, we're not legally responsible for any content that you see in this game. We do not support its same thoughts and stuff like that. But just be careful. You might get jump scared like I did at a certain NPC.
Oh my.
There are some really questionable Pokemon in this game. Slade, tell me about some of the really bad ones. How about that?
Oh, of course you'd ask that.
This is our podcast. We do what we want here. Tell me about
Okay. Off the top of my head, one of the worst ones I can think of is probably this one. It's called Van Dash, and he
Mm,
he's a stereotype, all right, of
yeah.
African American people.
Oh my.
Um,
It's a good game
and
though.
I don't think he said it's a good game. He said don't play the game, actually.
yeah, I said don't play the game.
Oh, he's only playing it because
The
he doesn't like it. That's what I'm hearing.
well, yeah,
I mean, I did
but
that
the
with
the
like
starters.
Hades and Hades 2, so you can play games you don't like.
Noah, I
Unfortunately,
will fight you. I will actually fight you.
I'm just saying.
I hate you.
um, the starters, none of them really have any redeeming qualities. The funniest one is the grass starter. Um, starts out off as it's called grass hole. Um, but
That's low hanging fruit, but I like it. That's good.
low hanging fruit, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's a bunch of references to 4chan stuff. Some of that I don't catch, but usually Noah explains it to me.
Oh yeah, I was a dedicated
And
Weeb poster back in the day.
No.
Yeah.
Noah developed this game. Fun fact. Noah developed it.
well,
I didn't.
he was the lead
But
developer.
Sure.
Take
But
credit. It's your people. It's your people.
I
they
don't
also
claim
have
them
some
anymore.
cool.
Put it
You
that
don't
way.
claim them anymore. Okay. I see it. No longer my tribe. No longer my tribe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
They also have some cool ones though, like later in the game, because I've looked through the Clover decks or whatever you want to call it. They have like eroded versions of the Reggie trio. So that's pretty cool. There's one I use that's called Hazmate, and he's like this little guy, this little fighting poison type. He's in like a hazmat suit, and he's really fun. He's like a bulky physical attacker. And it's fun to play a Pokemon ROM hack that has a really good feel of like difficulty balance, because there is some things that I'm struggling on, but it's not like other ROM hacks to where it's like you got to have this EVIV train team right off the gate or you will not win.
Right.
It does suggest that you need to like switch up your team as you play through the game. I haven't been doing that. I just have some pretty good coverage and I've been floating along just fine. I've defeated 6 of the 8 gyms.
Okay.
The gym leaders, those are also pretty great. A lot of them are music references. Like the last 2 I just beat was Kanye West, but he's dying of a disease, so his gym is like a poison type hospital. And then before that was a holographic projection of Freddie Mercury. And he's of course a fairy type gym leader because why not, right?
Fairy type, of course, he's fairy type.
Yep.
So true. That's good.
Now there is one Pokemon in this game that's annoyed me very much so, because for some reason they thought it'd be a good idea to give Wonder Guard to a Pokemon that isn't Shedinja.
Oh no.
And actually have actual stats as well. So if you play through the game, you have to have something that can do super effective against a grass ghost type, because you'll just have to lose the battle if not.
It's rough.
The level balancing is a little weird as well with the game. That's a big complaint. You'll be encountering like level 20 Pokemon, and the trainers and major battles will be in like upper 40s, 50s. And you have to. I've been fighting every trainer I've come across, and that's skirting me by. But like if you miss a couple too many battles, you're gonna quickly be behind in this leveling curve that they have. And the major battles, since they actually have like really good, well, not really good, but they have pretty good AI as like they switch out their Pokemon in bad matchups and stuff. It's rough. You'll get roughed up quite a bit. But yeah, like I said, I can't suggest it. I cannot suggest anyone play this game at all. But if you feel up to the challenge and can block out some themes, I'd say give it a shot. It's a fun difficulty increase from the mainline Pokemon games.
If you go in with your ears covered and your eyes closed, you'll love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
There
saying.
you go. That makes sense to me. So that's Pokemon Clover. I'm glad you like that game, Slade.
Like I said, I only come here to talk about really crappy games, so you guys keep inviting me
No.
for some reason.
No, we like hearing about bad games, so we can tell you about the good ones after. It's Shot and Chaser. Yeah, there you go. It's the
There
it's
we
the
go.
orange juice after toothpaste. Yeah.
Usually I'm the one
Yeah,
who
there
has
we go.
to scrounge up bad games to play, so this gives me a break from playing bad games. And, except I recommend
Uh,
people play them, so.
There you go. Yeah. No, it's like play Bubsy. You'll love it.
Oh,
Not,
because
but
Bubsy's
you'll
good,
still like it.
so. Yeah, Bubsy's actually good. So.
All right, we're moving on. Let's talk about a good game. I platinumed Cairn.
Not quite as
Cairn.
good as
Cairn.
Bubsy, but it's pretty decent.
It's so much better than Bubsy, dude. It's from the Game Bakers, like what makes food in the kitchen, and they've been cooking. I'll say that. They are the developers of Fury, which is kind of a higher profile indie release from a few years back. Um, it's a really good game, by the way. It's like a boss rush, samurai boss rush. It's kind of like No More Heroes meets Afro Samurai, and it's really really good. People should check out that game. Um, and they also made Haven. So they have two very distinct different games. And Karen is the third of these basically. And yeah, what a journey! This game is such a journey. Like it's one of my favorite indie games I played. I think I can confidently say that. I beat this game twice this week. I have over 30 hours into it. I platinumed it. I did everything you could do in this game. I love it. I love this game. Karen's incredible. Um, Ultimately, Karen is about climbing a mountain. You are a rock climber named Ava, and you are doing your best to conquer the elements as you contend with this large object. And everything they do, all the systems they implement, all the story moments they have, every bit of it is considered. They all work for me. Man, I'm coughing bad today. Sorry. And yeah, it's the first great game I played this year in terms of new releases. So it's not going to be for everyone. I know that, but Karen, in my opinion, if you are a person that likes really interesting games, I think you need to check it out. I think Karen is incredible. Um, there's so many interesting little systems that they bring to the fore, and I think that they innovate in a lot of ways when it comes to kind of like how you move through a space in like one of these sorts of things. Like I'm predisposed to liking these things, these indie experiential games. I played Herdling last year. Herdling was pretty short experience. It's like a 2 hour like walking sim ish cinematic platformer. We'll call it that. Um, I like those. I like that game. I like you know, I mean, there's so many examples of these sorts of games like Far Lone Sails and Far Changing Tides. Honestly, anything Okamotive. They are kings of this sort of thing where you're just moving through a space and kind of having the world happen to you. And Cairn is very similar to that, but you basically have like a lot of control of your journey. And I think it's the particulars that make this game really interesting. And yeah, there's just so many like little systems like basically you're rock climbing, so you have to keep control of the weather that's around you. You have to make yourself like warm drinks to kind of warm yourself up when the cold elements hit. You have to tape up your hands if they get broken and cut because you're climbing a mountain, obviously, and you have to keep wrapping your hands with tape that you find on this mountain. You have to cook stat boosting meals to make yourself faster and stronger and be able to grip better. You have to apply chalk to your hands to continue to scale this mountain, and it is something. It is really something. Um, I playing through this game, I felt a lot of things. I felt frustration. I felt, satisfaction. I felt like bored sometimes. I hit every gamut of emotion you could. It really felt like I went on this journey with this character, and I think it's just super special. It's a special game. Um, I feel like I can't spoil it too much. I won't get into spoiler details. This is going to be an end of the year discussion for me. I will bring up Cairn again, so stay tuned to that. Take this opportunity to play it if you are interested. Listening, um, it is just a really, 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 really good game. Um, and I kind of want to write a review about it. So maybe the first long thoughts you'll hear from me are going to be there. But it's interesting. A lot of games want to show you a hero, show you someone that can conquer all odds, sort of thing. The character of Ava is maybe one of the most selfish characters I've ever seen in a game. She is so selfish. Everything's about her. She is consistently cutting ties to her life. And as the game progresses, you basically see this as a suicide mission because everything keeping her from reaching this goal of summiting this mountain that no one's ever summited can be viewed in one of two ways. She's either selfish or depressed and looking to die, you know? And it's a very complex story that I haven't seen told in a game about someone that is so obsessed with reaching a goal, they will do anything to reach it. And, detriment aside, like they will do whatever. And it's an interesting conversation I want to talk more of. I'm still kind of ruminating on my final feelings, but yeah, the ending of Cairn, the real ending of Cairn, because there's kind of a false choice ending that I will talk about at some point where you go down for the mountain, you don't summit. That is an interesting take for another time. But the real ending where you do hit the top of the mountain, it's some of the most complex set of feelings I've had with a character in a fair bit. So Karen's incredible to kind of finish it off there. And I can't wait to talk more about it. It's going to be a going concern for the rest of the year for me in terms of games that I liked. So yeah, Karen's incredible. Love that game. Um, and yeah, Noah, you played more RPGs. We talked about this. That's about you played about 100 or so hours of Reload. The other 100 or so was spent with Persona 3 Reload. So regale us with that while I go get a cough drop. So tell the people
Yeah,
about that game.
Persona 3 Reload. I was kind of down on this game before completing it, because I really like Persona 3 a lot, and so um, there were some decisions made with Reload, um, whether it be with its monetization, um, or whether it be with what content they chose to carry over and chose not to carry over, that um, ultimately I think it's a good remake. It's not the complete version of Persona 3 that is like the pipe dream, like what people would have wanted. Because they're the elephant in the room is they are missing the female protagonist route. Like they don't have the female protagonist route. That's like the big thing that's missing. I can see why they didn't do it, because that would probably add an extra year of development, because that is another full length game. Like that changes everything in the entire game basically. Doing the female protagonist route in Persona 3 Portable, where that route was introduced. And so um I enjoyed my time with Persona 3 Reload quite a bit. I like some of the new tracks a lot. I still really love the soundtrack of Persona 3 Portable. I think that game has a fantastic soundtrack. And I like the tracks that. I like that they've recently added the ability to listen to some of those original tracks
Yeah.
inside of Reload. They don't have all of them, so it's kind of disappointing, but they have some of them. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's another of those like atmospheric games for me. Like I love the atmosphere of Persona 3. Like that game is one of my all-time top games, all-time top JRPGs, definitely. So um just like booting that game up and hearing the soundtrack and absorbing the atmosphere of that game is just it's like very good for me, good for the soul.
Yeah.
And so I think that game, I don't recommend that game as somebody's first Persona game. I don't, because of Tartarus. I think that Tartarus is very unapproachable. I think that it's a relic of its time that is hard to find enjoyment in, unless if you're really used to JRPG systems and you're really used to running through these things. If somebody's like a JRPG veteran, then maybe they could try Persona 3 Reload as their first Persona game. But if you haven't played a lot of JRPGs, just play Persona 5 Royal. Like that game is built for accessibility. There's a reason why everyone likes that game.
Yep.
But I think Tartarus is fine. And that's like the majority of the gameplay is Tartarus. I think it's fine. I think that climbing the tower, fighting the shadows is fine. They break it up well enough in Reload, I think, to where it doesn't feel as exhausting as it did in like Portable. But it's still Tartarus at the end of the day. No matter how many bells and whistles they put on it, it's still Tartarus. You're still climbing a tower. That's what you're doing, and you're going through randomly generated rooms that look very similar. It's like if the entirety of Persona 5 was Mementos, although Tartarus is a little bit better than Mementos, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think that they did a fantastic job doing all of the social links are voice acted. That's a problem I had with Persona 5. A big problem with Persona 5 is they don't voice act all the social links. They only voice act the first level of the social link and the last level of the social link. That's always bothered me. It's been super annoying. Like, this is a modern game. Just voice act the whole thing. Pay your voice actors to voice act the whole thing, please.
Trails in the Sky does this as well.
Yeah.
With that, and it really bothers me. And it's even worse there too, where new characters speak in some scenes, and the main characters are responding in the same scene, and they do not talk in the same scene. It's wild,
That's
dude.
insane.
I never even brought that up.
Yeah.
But when it
that
happened,
would
every time I
annoy
was
me.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, this game is so high budget every other way. Like, why did they skimp on this? But
Like,
anyway,
here's the thing,
reminded me
right?
of that.
Here's the thing with voice acting in games, right? I will listen to about half of the voice line before hitting next. I will. Because I read faster than the voice line goes through. But hearing the voice line lets me have that voice in my head while I'm reading it. And so it's like I, listened to the full thing, but I didn't have to sit there and listen to the full thing. So please voice your whole thing. People may skip through it half of it, like I do, but I do appreciate it, and I do enjoy having that option, because sometimes I will just turn on, I'll get a wild hair and be like, okay, I'm just going to turn autoplay on, and I'm going to listen to this thing, and I'm going to go do something else, or, I'm just going to sit there and listen to it while, I just feel like listening to it, And so having that as an option is much better than not having the option at all, like in Persona 5, where the social links are not voiced unless if it's the first one and the last one. Not only does Reload voice the social links, but they also voice the brand new content, which is like the linked episodes that they have with your male party members, because they didn't have social links before. They introduced a new mechanic called the linked episode to kind of give them a pseudo social link, which is nice. It's nice that you get to connect with the male party members in that way. And they also have sort of like activities around the dorm that you can do with your team, and you can get like certain boosts for doing that, and those are also fully voiced. Those activities, like reading books with your team members, or tending to a garden with your team members, or cooking with your team members, or watching TV with your team members. So those are fully voiced, and just they put a lot of effort into voicing. Like, I was genuinely whenever something wasn't voiced, I was more surprised than when it was voiced. Like, I was like, oh, they didn't
Yep.
voice that. That's fine. That's just throwaway dialogue. But now, all this, like, praise, throw it out the window for episoditis. Because they do the exact opposite. And anytime you have a sort of episode with your team, they don't voice it anymore. They just decided they didn't want to hire the voice actors anymore. They paid them
What?
enough.
That's so dumb.
So they they obviously they have them for the story bits, but they don't have them for like those side things. And I was really high on the base game of like, yeah, this is great. They're voicing things. This is awesome. And then they just stopped, and I'm like, oh, cool. So you guess what I did? I stopped caring. I just started fast forwarding through them because if the developer doesn't care, I'm not gonna care. So I just fast forwarded through most of them, because like if they don't care about their content, then I'm not gonna care about it. So
Why should you care?
yeah, so yeah, it was disappointing. It's just the side stuff. So like it's not a big deal, but still like, it's something that takes away points from episode, I guess. But the base game is, it's still Persona 3 at heart, and it's incredible. It is, yeah, it's one of the best JRPGs you can play. The themes in that game, in terms of like story beats and in terms of world building, are incredible. That game is so melancholy. It just oozes melancholy. That is one of the saddest JRPGs you can play. Like, don't
Yeah,
play
it's
it
really
if
sad.
you're depressed. Like, or do. Maybe it'll help you because it's got a lot
Maybe.
of things. It deals strongly with death. That's like the biggest theme of the game is loss specifically. I would say is a theme. So loss of love, loss of family, loss of position, loss of status, things like that. Deals with a loss, and so it's a very it has a lot of healthy ways of dealing with those things, I think, and it kind of tries to demonstrate those things in a healthy way.
Yeah.
It also demonstrates them in an unhealthy way in some cases before characters start to have character development and growth, and they realize, oh, I'm dealing with this completely wrong. I'm the bad guy here. I'm the bad person. I need to do better. There's a lot of that in that game as well. So yeah, I think that the game is something that any JRPG fan should play easily. Like, you just go out and play it if you're a JRPG fan, because that team, that game, that atmosphere, that soundtrack, everything is incredible. The gameplay, sort of facilitation that Reload does, it adds a lot to the social sim aspect, and it also adds a bit to Tartarus and the JRPG combat aspect. And I think the changes are welcome. I think they spice things up a little bit. They make it more fun. They make it flashy. Make it more, more modern. And I think that's good for it. It's impressive how they were able to build a game that after I played Persona 5 Royal and then I switched immediately to this game, and the two games felt distinct in their combat. That was impressive to me. Like, your fully maxed out team in Reload feels completely different to play with than your fully maxed out team in Royal, because the ways they empower your team are completely different systems than they use in Royal, and that's awesome. That's a great way to be with these things, to keep things fresh and to try new ideas for progression in these games. So, but yeah, I mean, they're Prepare to Cry. That thing always has several moments that make me bawl my eyes out. And yeah, and as for like the episode I guess stuff, like, I had never experienced that content, so because I had never played Fess, which was the last release of that game that had that content, and so I was I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think um the sort of dungeon bits of that game do pad it out a little bit. Like I think they put a little too much emphasis on the combat in that thing because that thing is basically all combat. It kind of takes out most of the social sim aspect in that DLC. So you're kind of just left with like constant combat. Um, but I mean, once you get to a certain point, you start just kind of snowballing, so you can kind of just skip through most of the content slash kill things in one hit with the right setups. Once you kind of learn that game, you realize that physical's really broken in that game, and if you stack crit on Junpei, pair him up with like a Koromaru to give him more crit, like it's just over at that point. So
Yeah.
it's a fun game to break. Breaking both the base game and the DLC is fun. It felt kind of funny to do it kind of twice in a row, to like build up and then start snowballing. But yeah, I think that episode, I guess, is worth playing. Definitely, because I enjoyed that content quite a bit. It explains a lot of things that the base game didn't quite have time to explain. And it's just an overall like enjoyable experience. I think it has like a really cool moment where you basically get to do like a battle royale with your party members, like against your party members. That part's really interesting. So just for that part, I think that thing's worth playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good experience. That very long experience once again. But the DLC is not too bad. DLC is about 20-ish hours, so
It took you about what 60 to 80 to finish the base?
yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I echo his sentiments, at least for the base game. I haven't finished that DLC. I'd like to go back to it one day.
You should. Yeah, that DLC is great. It's
Yeah.
if you can get through like all the dungeons and things like that. There's a lot of stuff after those dungeons that's really interesting. So
Right. You mentioned that game being really brutal too on the combat front. So,
yes, at the start of the game, it's really really difficult. But once you get to the point where you're snowballing, then obviously it kind of lets up. And once you figure out like what the game wants you to do in terms of its new systems like theurgies and things like that, because like on some of those like fights against your own party members, I started to struggle, and then I got in a different headset on like my tools available to me, and then I was kind of just like shredding them, like they didn't even stand a chance. So it was like I was getting I was basically trying to distribute the damage between people, and when I need to just focus down people like you do in the base game, is basically what I was missing. So
yeah, I like that game a lot. That's one of my favorite RPGs I've played in the last few years.
yeah,
I am very excited for Persona 4 Revival. Is
yeah,
it
revival. Yep, that'll be great.
Really excited for that game. That's my favorite Persona game, and seeing them do that again in this sort of house style is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where like I will take off actual time to play it. Like I just
Yeah.
I'm such a sicko for that game, so I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, I want to experience that
Slade.
game because I
Yeah,
have
pretty
never
cool.
beat that game. So
Yeah, no,
Which is
Persona 4
crazy.
is my favorite. I know, right? Yeah. Maybe you should just go
Persona-
and play 4 next.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, Persona 4 is like in contest with the most popular Persona game with like 5, you know?
Yeah, people love 4 even more than 5 in some ways. I think people prefer that party over Persona 5's party. At least I do for sure.
I
So,
probably
Slade,
would
have you
as
played
well.
4 at all, or yeah, for sure. Have you played 4 at
I
all?
so I haven't played 4. My wife is a huge fan of 4, so I've heard a
Yeah.
lot of stuff from her.
Ally.
And I've watched her play a little bit of it. I watched her get through the first dungeon, or whatever they're called in that game. I forget. It seems good. It seems good. I mean, I gotta say, just the starting cast is better than On and Ryuji, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Chie and Yusuke are better.
Yep.
I've talked about this in private before. I think On and Ryuji have a great start, but I think that they slowly taper off into the tropes that they try to fight against, and Yusuke and
Yeah.
Chie just don't do that. So
Yeah. GA is maybe the best JRPG party member. period.
she's awesome. She's so awesome.
GA is incredible. Also, the best waifu ever. She's the best.
Well,
waifu.
whoa, hold on.
No.
No. Hold on. Wait. She's in school power.
But you're in school in that game. You're a high schooler. It's not that bad. You're a high
No,
schooler.
that's
It's fine.
No one will ever beat
You're a high schooler beating high
Aegis, so
school.
like Aegis is just the best. I won't hear
All right.
otherwise.
all right. Well, don't worry, viewers. I actually like one of the adult women, the teacher in 5. That's
Oh,
the best.
Oh my
That's the
God.
best.
Oh yeah.
character.
You want to say that? Okay, I see how you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were.
Because I'm
we're
an
okay
adult
with that.
man, and
We
I
love
like the
grooming.
adult woman. So
We love.
He's
grooming.
got
It's
this
our
weird
favorite
adult
part.
woman fetish going on. It's really weird.
It's going around, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to have a discussion about
Yeah,
that.
what the heck?
But yeah, I agree with everything Noah said. Persona 3 Reload is one of the best JRPGs you can play. It's incredible. I also platinumed that game, so I love
Yep,
every
I
aspect of it.
platinumed that as well on Steam. So
Yeah, there you go, dude. Yeah, it's super fun to do.
and I
that as well.
platinumed 5 Royal, so I have both
Wow.
of those.
That is a feat right there. That's a long game. So.
It was very
Yeah.
long. It was a very long game. Both of them were very long.
Yep.
I'm tired.
Good on you for doing that. You're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired, boss.
Yeah, I'm tired, boss. That meme. Yeah, just go play your Miku. You've actually earned it this time. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Mhm.
Speaking of earned it, there's Mewgenics happening in the Slade household.
Yes.
So
Mechanics.
tell us about
Oh my gosh.
tell us about rubbing cats on people. Like what's
Yeah.
going on with this?
Yeah, I'm talking about a good game this time. So,
So for contents, this is Edmund McMillan and Tyler Glale's next game. The creators of Binding
Yes.
of Isaac, Super Meat Boy. They are seasoned veteran indie developers. They make some of the best games you could buy on indie storefronts, whatever.
Some of the weirdest games too.
They're the guys. Some of the weirdest
Oh, yeah.
games, very new grounds, very flash
Yep.
house style. But they just they have some of the most soundly designed indie games ever, right?
Yep.
Um,
So, yeah, Mewgenics is, as Power said, Edmund McMillan's newest game. It is a strategy RPG legacy roguelike.
mhm.
It's a great time. I'm not very far into the game, I'll be honest. This is a game that's been in development for 12 years. And
Yeah.
I have I don't even know if I have double-digit hours in the game yet, but I can just tell it's great. It's awesome. Basically the main premise is all of your characters, all your units are cats. Hence the name Mewgenics. And they have some pretty crazy powers, like they can set things on fire, they can shoot magical blasts, you use bow and arrows, typical strategy RPG classes. You go around, you have there's areas, you get choices. They have a map, and you can click what to go on, but it's a straight line. There's one point where you can hit diverging paths, but that's later on in the game. And like with the Binding of Isaac, it's pretty dang easy to break the game.
Yeah.
There's the biggest one right now is there's an ability that lets your cats eat rocks, and you gain 1 health from it. And you're like, oh, what's the point in that? Until you combine it with another ability that turns enemies to stone. So then you get an insta-kill ability for free.
Mm.
Well, not for free. It costs mana, but yeah. And so you go on your runs and you collect your items and your gold. You use those, and then you get home and those cats be fucking, man.
They show the humping too. They go yo, this is what happens. Yeah.
And you can turn it off as well, but it's pretty funny to see it because there's some funny animations that can pop up. There's ones where it's one of them gets thrown around the room and spins back around, and then a baby
Like
pops
normal
out after
cats.
they crack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, like normal
How it
cats.
goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, then your cats return home and they make more cats with two of your units, um, and then some of the stats. I think it's the two highest stats from the parents, and
Yeah.
sometimes a passive ability or two will get handed down to the children.
Okay.
And that system's actually pretty in depth. There's like furniture you can get to increase their comfort levels, which will make them make more cats. With decreased comfort levels, your cats will fight and can injure each other. And the game even keeps track of family lineages. So
Wow.
if too many family members breed too many times, then your cats will get birth defects.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Yeah.
So crazy.
All pretty much all birth defects are bad modifiers. There are mutations that your cats can get that are either straight up good or they'll have like a silver lining type of deal.
Yeah.
Like one of my cats, their back paws turned into heads, so I get
Oh my
-2
god.
movement, but all of my non-class related spells cost 2 less to cast.
Wild. That's
Yeah, no,
cool. I like seeing like you know, pretty easy to understand like game systems, like gameplay,
mhm,
but all the modifiers they throw on top of it. That's the mark of a really good
yeah,
roguelike is the mixing and matching and how each thing like mixes with the other, right?
oh yeah, oh
Um
yeah, it's
like
crazy.
if those synergies really work, like you can have a really good game on your hands. I think
Mhm,
Hades 2, I know Noah disparages it, but Hades 2 does this very well, where its mix of systems, the way they interact with each other in tandem, really makes that game sing. And it sounds
yeah.
like from the sounds of it, every aspect of this game sounds really considered in that way, where they just spend a lot of time thinking of fun things to throw in the game, and they, made all the systems talk to each other. So
But
that's really cool.
they made sure it's all balanced because, like in the Binding of
Yeah,
Isaac, there's a lot of items that's just straight up better than other items.
right.
But in Mewgenics, everything's pretty flat and borderline.
Mhm.
The it's also got great music. I know I talked about
Yeah.
music in all the games I talked about, but gosh dang, that music is great.
Yeah.
Um, and then somehow, I don't know how he did this. Edmund McMillan got like a boatload of like either internet celebrities or just regular celebrities to be Easter eggs as cat voices.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he got like David Harbour for this game, which is insane.
Yeah, he got David Harbour, he got Rivers Cuomo, he got
What?
Markiplier, he got
Oh my gosh.
Vine Sauce, he got Chris
Wow.
Chan.
Chris Chan,
Um,
oh my god. That oh,
it's
man.
that's just scratching the surface, and it's
People are mad about
really
Chris
good.
Chan being in that game, and I think that's so funny.
They are. It's a little bit funny.
Christian isn't a great person, but I mean, he's voicing a cat. Like,
It's a cat. I'm sorry if you're mad that Chris Chan is voicing your cat in an Edmund McMillan game. You need to get over yourself.
Get a life, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, another thing I like is even though it's a strategy RPG, it's not like a Fire Emblem to where if you really want to min max in that game, you got to pay attention to every movement option, every interaction possible, you know, and it has a lot more enemies on screen usually. But in Mewgenics, it really simplifies it down into a digestible system that is more based on the roguelike gameplay than the strategy RPG
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah. It's I liken this to Into the Breach. You have to consider every turn, everything
Mhm.
affects the other. Like it is all every action is synchronous with the other. Like you really have to you can set up things like set up big attacks and all that.
Yep.
Whereas Into the Breach is more like mitigating damage. This is causing as much damage as possible in Mewgenics, right?
Yeah.
Um
Yep. Yep.
and there's just a lot to do. I've booted this up. I played it. The tutorial's really good and really snappy and really funny. Um
Hmm.
and I've only played a few minutes of this game, but I've watched more than I played so far. And it just seems like every certain hour, like once people hit like the 10-hour mark, the 50-hour mark, 100-hour mark, new mechanics get unlocked. So like by the time you're like hundreds of hours in, you're seeing new stuff still. Um,
Yeah.
to the point where like I think that Emmett McMillan said this game is hundreds of hours long in terms of seeing it through. And I'm like, wow, that is audacious to say the least. He said he personally says this is his game, his like masterpiece game because he just spent so long thinking about it, executing it. He's like, yeah, this is by far my best game. It actually, fun fact, it got canceled once because of his association with Team Meat. He was going to make this game with Team Meat, and for reasons, you know, stemming from their relationship and their falling out, it got canceled. Um, and it was a bummer for him because he really wanted to make this game, and he had been every idea he had was funneled toward that game. But since that relationship folded, and he left the company ultimately, he wasn't able to make it. But he published or he got the rights for the publishing from Team Meat and made it himself basically, right?
Yeah.
And spent 6 years in the team making this. So it has been a long road to make this game. This game was shown off at like a PAX in 2012 or something like that. Like something like
Oh yeah.
the early state, like it's a long time ago that they even mentioned this game. But as for the development cycle, it's been really long. So fascinating game, Mewgenics. It plays really well. The look, I think, will kind of put people off. It's this sort of juvenile, Newgroundsy sort of thing. You have to be in the can for. But if you like Edmund McMillan, you're gonna like it enough, I think. So
Oh, 100%.
it's not everybody's cup of tea for sure. There's a lot of poop jokes in it. There's a lot of
A
inbreeding
lot of
jokes.
sex
Like if you're not
jokes.
cool, yeah, if you're not cool with a 13-year-old drawing on your screen, I don't know if you like this game. But I think it is. I think it is fun, and I appreciate that a very complex game can look like that. And he basically just says, "Deal with it," because my games are. So I think that's fun. But yeah, Mewgenics. So how long have you played of this game? Actually, do you know?
Let's see. I've played about 6.5 hours of
Okay.
Mewgenics. I've completed one run fully, like all the way through, and I saw that you can
Yeah,
unlock
yeah.
like more abilities. Um, for classes, if you complete a run with them, you can unlock branching paths if you beat the
What?
hard mode paths. Um, and yeah, no, it's cool. There is also like a resource management type of thing. You got to manage like your cat's happiness and their food that they have. But if you complete a run, you'll easily go over the starting base limit of food in no time. Like it's
Yeah.
as long as you consistently beat runs, you'll have no issue.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. So I guess, before we move on a little bit, I kind of wanted to hear about that run. What was like your
Yeah.
build? Like, what was some particulars about that sort of experience that illustrate how that game can go, I guess.
Yeah, so I had my party was I had a hunter cat, a cleric cat, tank cat, and a thief cat. Um, and basically my turn orders consisted of my thief cat would go first. I would kind of try to get him into enemy trenches and do some backstabs. Backstabs do more damage in this game.
Okay.
Um, and he also had an ability that for 7 coins I could summon an NPC ally. Um, so I would backstab, I would loot the body with the thief ability, and then I would summon an NPC to help me in combat. Then my cleric would go next. They had a move called haste. They were the reason I won this run, wholly and truly.
Yeah.
Um, their basic attacks can also heal your party members instead of dealing damage. And then
Hmm.
with the ability haste they can get, they increase the movement range and the turn order of your party members.
Okay.
And I've done runs afterwards, and it feels like I have such limited movement without the haste buff because wow, um, I was able to like send my tank right in front of enemies and draw attention, and my
Hmm.
hunter or bowman, whatever you want to call it, into like optimal position to set up damaging paths for them to take over time. and I was able to fly through the bosses pretty easily. I would say the one that gave me the most trouble was actually the Area 1 boss. Just because he sets like bombs down, they explode on later turns. If you don't control your turn order correctly, then you'll take some good damage. But the Area 2 and 3 bosses, they're like 4 tiles big. And so I
Oh
would
wow.
have my hunter set down thorns. And so whenever they walked around, they would just take like a bunch of damage. And my tank would like push them back into the thorns. And my thief would kind of clean up the minions that they spawn. So yeah, no, it was really solid. I also got really great items. Like whenever enemies would physically attack my tank, they would get a debuff that makes them take more physical damage.
Mm.
Um, and lots of equipment that's like you gain +1 armor for every turn that this is equipped. And yeah, no, very very good run. Thankfully,
Cool.
I didn't get any crippling events. There are like events, it's not just all combat. Thankfully, none of them really crippled my party because if you fail one of those, it hurts.
Yeah.
It really, really hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of depth in that game. So it seems
Hmm.
like one of those really interesting games that people will just play for a long time, and
Oh yeah.
it kind of unfurls before you. So it's a really interesting game. It's sold 1 million copies already. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest indie hits ever. Like initially, like in terms of sales, like 1 million copies in your first 3 weeks, like that just doesn't happen for indie games. So it is a huge game. People, a lot of people are playing this game and loving it. So and it became so successful immediately. It's coming to consoles. Like they've already decided to make
Mhm.
ports of it. So
That's awesome.
usually there's like a long yeah. Usually there's a long tail on that stuff. But yeah, I will be excited to play more of this game too. I liked what I played. So
Yeah.
that's Mewgenics. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you picked that up. That's a new video game. So
Brand
awesome.
new. Very good.
Um, Old video games. Let's talk about them. They're good. Sometimes old games are good. I've been playing. I've been in a interesting mood. I've been in a Fallout mood lately. Just a quick mention. I booted up Fallout 4 with the new save yesterday, I guess, because I don't know. I wanted to feel something, man. I wanted to feel something. I wanted to listen to old music in the wasteland. So, yeah, it was coming off the Fallout season 2, and it was really good. And I kind of wanted a little bit more of it. Uh, Xbox keeps dropping, or Microsoft keeps dropping the ball and putting out these remasters. So not having them in tandem with the seasons really sucks, but there's other games you could play. So I've been playing New Vegas and Fallout 4, but mostly New Vegas. So it's my second time playing it. I'm just like doing everything that comes to me. I'm being very anti me, where I like doing the main path and then doing all the stuff at the end, all the side stuff. This time I am just drinking it like anything interesting. I'm just doing. I'm just not playing with structure. I like being structured a lot of times when I play games, instead of where the wind takes me, because I like to, have a goal on something.
You do that
Like
with
if
Fallout?
I want to, no, I don't. I'm saying for normal games, I
Oh,
do.
okay,
Like
okay.
if I want to get through an open world game, I try to get through the main stuff first,
Yeah.
so I can get to the point where I can branch out. But with Fallout, no, I try to keep those kind of like experiential, where I'm just like existing in the world and doing things as they become interesting. Um, but yeah, I'm just like walking around and drinking it all in. Um, it's just a really cozy game. It's just super cozy. The writing is great. It's Obsidian. Like Obsidian, they just don't make bad games. It's really sad they're not going to make another Outer Worlds game. That's a bummer to me. But I don't know what the holdup is on putting them on another Fallout. Like the one thing about Obsidian is they have great writing, they ship on time, and their games are always consistently great. So I don't know why we're waiting on this stuff, because they made New Vegas and New Vegas is incredible. So I really like playing it again. I'm playing it on PC actually, on Steam. I've had some hard crashes, which is kind of funny because I'm playing the vanilla version. I'm sure I could make it run better if I wanted to, but um, yeah, I'm trying to get all the achievements and get all the snow globes, everything. I'm just trying to do everything I can. Um, it's a really good game. I'm really enjoying coming back to it. It's been about 13 to 14 years since I played it, so it's about time, right? Um, Yeah, New Vegas. No, you've played a lot of New Vegas. I said you had 90 something hours on Steam.
Yep.
So you
I've beat
definitely
New
played.
Vegas. Fun fact.
You beat New Vegas. Have you beaten all the DLC for New Vegas?
Nope. Nope. I never messed with the DLC.
Okay.
I wasn't too
Okay.
interested.
Okay. Yeah. What did you think about New Vegas upon playing it?
Oh, I adore New Vegas. I love the atmosphere of it. I love the writing of it, the characters in it, the faction system, and the factions that are in that faction system.
Yeah.
I just love that game. I like that the Brotherhood of Steel are like just this like little itty bitty footnote in that game. Like they're there, but they're just this little footnote.
Yeah.
They just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
They're almost not even important, really. Like they don't even feel important in the.
No,
grand
they're just
scheme
a
of
minor faction that you can interact with. You know, you can mess around with. But like
Yeah.
the ability to choose your own adventure is that game's core. You choose your adventure. You choose who you're siding with, or if you side with anyone at all. You know, you carve out your own path in that game. It's not like 3 where there's just one thing that you're allowed to do. You have to save the world. New Vegas is like, no, you can do what you want. You can actually be evil if you want to be evil in that game. And I like that.
Yeah, you really can. There's some pretty heinous things you can do to people in that game.
Yep.
But yeah, totally. I totally agree with you. It's
You
really,
can be
really,
evil in
really
3,
great
but
game.
you can't have that wrap up into your ending like you can in New Vegas. Like you always end up the good guy at the end of 3 from like.
Well, okay, kind of. There is the Megaton event that you can do. That
But
is
that's
the
not
most
the
evil
that's
action
not
in
the
that game.
ending though. That's just doing something. That's like, oh yeah, I did
Right,
this
but they
horrible thing, but then I'm a
they
good
do
guy at the
factor that in
end.
though.
Do they? Okay.
Well, they do factor that in. They do. It is literally the worst thing you can do in that game, karma wise,
Yeah.
and it negatively impacts whatever you're going for. So,
Sure.
it does. It is a detriment, but I understand your point. It
Yeah.
is a more. It's a more there's a specificity to the choices you make in New Vegas that 3 doesn't have, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with the faction stuff. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
all the factions are very varied. There's just a lot of players. There's a lot of people moving and shaking in the Mojave, and
Yep.
it's really cool to see all these little sects. You know, even Caesar's Legion, even though they are like actually the worst people in the Wasteland, they have a lot of interesting characters in that
Yep.
too. You know,
Yeah. I think they're a really interesting faction. Like, yeah, they're obviously the bad guys, but they're
they are the bad guys,
really they're a really interesting bad guy faction. And that's not to say the NCR are exactly the good guys either. They're just guys
No.
that are
Yeah.
somewhat less bad than Caesar's Legion. So
I mean, they're only as bad as the people that make up the faction. Really,
Yeah.
I mean, and NCR doesn't have like the rosiest of people either.
no,
Um,
no.
But you know, Caesar's Legion, obviously, and this is the issue I had with like Outer Worlds 2. The evil action in that game, you get a party member from that evil faction, but you can't like do any faction stuff, which is a bummer because they are the bad guys of that game. I wish they did it like Caesar's Legion, where you actively take part in their conglomerate, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a really good game. I'm going to be stoked when they remaster this because they're doing this in 3. Are the rumors through Virtuous, who did the Oblivion stuff, and hopefully we see that sooner rather than later. I'd be really excited to check that out. So, yeah, just a little check in with Fallout New Vegas. I'll probably bring it up as I play it here and there when I have nothing else much I'm doing. I'm playing it at work on my PC during break. I'm just kind of 20-30 minutes at a time, just kind of like hanging out. If I have nothing to do, I'm just doing that. So yeah, I started that up. And then I started a new game this week. And not much to say about it, but it is very interesting and noteworthy. I started up Suda51's Romeo is a Dead Man. So Noah is a Suda51 liker.
Yeah.
Because he likes Killer 7. He likes Killer 7.
That's about all the
and-
Suda 51 I've played. I haven't played like the popular one, No More Heroes, but
Yeah. And I'm Suda51 curious.
yeah.
Right. I like Grasshopper Manufacture as a studio. They make interesting things. The one game I spent the most time with is Shadows of the Dam, the Shinji Mikami co-developed kind of third-person action game, third-person shooter, very Resident Evil 4 focus. I mean, surprising nobody, Shinji Mikami. But yeah, I haven't played a lot of Suda stuff, and Suda is one of these creators that he's like an auteur. He's a video game auteur. He's in the same breath as a Kojima, as a I don't even know, like a David Cage, I guess, a Sam Lake, like people that like have big ideas for games and they execute upon them. He is in this group. He's more of the wackier aspect. He's like if Takashi Miike made video games. That's basically who he is. And he's really interesting. Everything he does is very interesting. A lot of genre pulp games. Usually with a really killer theme, basically like killer thematic portions of the game, but like the actual gameplay is kind of lacking. And Romeo's the Dead Man is very similar in this way, where like the gameplay doesn't feel like awesome, but like it's functional. You can swing a sword. It's a little jank in some ways in the Suda way, but it's not bad or anything. Like it does well. The stuff that this game does well though, it most of all is presentation. Like in the first 5 minutes, like what this game is about immediately. Like it's a mix between Back to the Future, Dead Rising, and I don't know, Cyberpunk in some ways. And I think it's really audacious, the opening of this game. So um I don't even know how to encapsulate the premise of this thing, but you are the FBI's space police or something like that, and you're trying to pursue your love interest Juliet, Romeo Juliet, and apparently Juliet has multiple different like multiversal versions of herself that you have to hunt down and kill. As far as I understand, maybe the game doesn't actually play out this way. It's presented this way, and kind of honestly like this comic booky style that I really like. Um, very actually very not Alan Wake, Max Payne like, where it looks like you're reading the pages of a graphic novel. It's really cool, that stuff. And it's just got so much style and panache to start with. I mean, you could play 5 to 10 minutes of this game and get everything you wanted to in that little dose and go like, oh, they're doing some interesting stuff. And it's kind of funny because like there's a lot of like stylistic things they do, that they use like a lot of 2D art at the beginning there. There's a lot of like cell shaded stuff they do. Just like seeing the opening of this game, like will do it justice. I can't really explain it, but it is very specific and particular. Like I haven't seen a lot of video games use so many disciplines in so short a time. Like they're doing a lot at the beginning of this game, in a way. Um, like they're using like comic book stuff. They're using cell shaded graphics, like I mentioned, 2D animation to show like some specific things happening to you as a character. Um, and it's just really fun. It's one of the most fun looking games I've looked at in a while. Um, the soundtrack seems pretty killer. The characters are fun and outlandish in a way. And like I said, the combat's functional. I'm very excited to keep playing more of this game. Um, Everything that I've seen so far of Romeo is a Dead Man is high marks for me. I'm all about games just being weird, and this game is weird as hell. And it's not just weird; it's strange. This game is strange. It's a strange looking video game, and I'm all about that. So, barely played it, just started it up. But Romeo's a Dead Man. Since I finished Cairn, that's going to be my going concern until Resident Evil, I imagine. So, I'm very excited to crack in more into that this weekend. So, Suda 51, he's doing stuff. He's crazy, man. He's doing some wild stuff out there.
Yeah,
Um,
he's the guy.
yeah, he's a guy. He's a guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll kind of switch it up a little bit more. I just threw a bunch of stuff in our doc here. But before Noah gets into some Monster Hunter stories, because he's been playing too many RPGs, let's talk first about you and Slade playing Endless Space 2. How do you guys feel about that thing? I don't know anything about this, so fill me in on all the particulars.
Slade's the one who's good at this game, so he can fill you in.
Okay,
Wow.
okay, Slade, I defer to you then.
Okay. Thanks, Noah. Yeah, Endless Space 2, it's a 4X game, for those that don't know. Think Civilization, games like that. Set in space. It's in outer space. Choose different factions to play as, which is different, races of aliens, and you can play as humans as well if you're boring. Um, and you how do I describe it? You go across star systems and you look for planets to colonize, and you build up your society and manage your planets. You research science and like new ways to develop technologies, like going to planets that don't have like a connection to each other. There's like these star lanes that your ships go across usually to get from point A to point B, but there's only so many in a constellation. So you have to research specific sciences so your ship can go out of your starting constellation. You have to develop your military and its technology, all while keeping your people happy and healthy and all that stuff. Or not. There are some factions that really don't care how happy their people are or not.
Yep.
But you're still muted, by the way, Power.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just saying
Right.
interesting. I was
No,
actively
you're
listening.
good. And yeah, it's a long game. If you've ever played a 4X game, they're very, 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 very long, and you're not gonna beat it in one sitting unless you try to make it that way. And there's multiple ways to win. You can win through military and destroying everyone else's home system. You can win through owning a big percentage of the galaxy. Um, there's some
You
ways
can
to go
build
about it.
things to win. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
build certain
You
things.
do the 4X thing. I mean, you explore, you expand, you exploit, and you exterminate. That's what 4X means.
Yep.
So, um,
There you go.
and you just kind of, I mean, it seems to me it's more of like whoever has the most knowledge of the game wins in terms of like when you're playing with friends. So, um,
Yeah.
it kind of boils down to like, do you know how to use the game systems? If so, you'll do great. If you don't, like me, then you're just kind of gonna be stomped when you're still like trying to
Yeah.
click around and figure out how this game's menus even work.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just a lot of different ways to like, it's interesting clicking around, seeing your guys do things, but you have to really like plan out
You gotta know
things.
what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to really plan out things like multiple turns in advance to actually do well in the game. You can't just like play turn by turn and just expect things to hopefully go well. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's fine. It's fun. It's more of a board game than a video game, I'd say. But
Hmm.
it's interesting.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Uh,
Let's
one,
see here.
one word of advice: do not buy all of the DLCs. Buy like the first one or two. Do not buy the last one. It is you're spending $10 to make your game worse. Pretty
Oh,
much.
okay.
Nice.
Interesting. That's very interesting. So why does it make your game worse, I guess?
It adds so in the game there is a NPC faction. Well, it's not in the base game, but it's called the Academy. It's a special planet. If you research a certain technology and the Academy is discovered in the playthrough, you can start hiring heroes, which are like special units. Um,
Yeah.
However, in this DLC, it adds a new faction, but it also turns the Academy into its own NPC controlled faction that's in every game. And basically, it'll ask like every 10 turns or something to make a donation to the Academy. And whoever donates the most money gets their support. They can control the Academy ships, which are super busted, way, way
Yeah.
overpowered. And you really just get a big lead for making the most money. And there's just some factions that don't do that. In
Uh,
fact, there is a faction that is their whole point to do that.
Uh,
So
nice.
it's kind of frustrating. And if you dare to like touch the Academy ships when they're not controlled by anyone, because sometimes they'll just attack you when they're not under control for no reason. And if you fire back, like they'll be like, "Dare you? We are now coming at you with our full force, unless
wild.
you pay us money."
Oh. Of course, it's
But-
all about money.
Just the money.
But anyways, had to throw that little tidbit in there.
Follow the money. That's what I say.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild. That is a wild thing. Yeah, usually DLC improves games, but maybe not this time. I don't know. That's funny. But yeah, some Space 4X. Noah's been giving up some space for more RPGs. Noah, what's going on in Monster Hunter Stories?
Yeah, I haven't played much of it, just a few hours. Not much is going on with it. It's
Okay.
it's it's a 3DS game. And
Yeah, primarily. Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, I'm playing it on PC, but it's a 3DS game. It's very simple. There's not much, like, they kind of want you to do the one thing and go the one path and do the one route, and it's very jarring after playing so much Persona. We'll put it that way. So
Mhm. Yeah.
it's a fun little thing. I like the monsters of Monster Hunter, so I'm enjoying it. But it's if you're not a big Monster Hunter fan, don't play it. If you are a big Monster Hunter fan, play it. That's kind of what I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. So what? So I guess what's the structure of this game like? Like, it's turn-based. I know that. I know there's a monsties you get. Is that right? Do
Yeah,
monsters exist in
monsties.
this game?
Monsties. Yeah,
Okay.
they're your
Explain what
monster.
monsties is.
They're monster besties. They're called monsties.
Okay.
Yep. And
Monstie.
they kind of fight alongside your character instead of like you just controlling the monster directly. They fight next to you in the battles, and so your character has you do your commands for your characters, and then you can either choose to spend like a resource to command your monster to do a thing, or you can just let the monster kind of figure out what to do, and that doesn't spend any resources basically. And then once you build up enough resources, you can ride the monster, and then you're in direct control of the monster for a period of time while you're building up a meter to do their super move, and then you dismount the monster and are fighting alongside them again.
Gotcha. Okay. So not very complicated or anything like that.
Nope. It's about as simple as it gets. I don't think there's ever been a moment where I've been like, oh, I'm in danger. Nor do I think there will be one. And I haven't ever like lost like a battle. I haven't even lost like I haven't even fainted. I don't even know what fainting looks like. If you can faint, I don't know. But just hasn't happened, so.
Interesting. Okay. I don't think this game is very long, right? Like, it's pretty mid-range for one of these
40 hours, I think.
40 hours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing online.
A lot more.
Yep.
That's a lot more substantial than I was hearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I've been seeing online. So both this game and Monster Hunter Stories 2 are both around 40 to 50 hours. So.
Well, no, you got to keep ratcheting up that hour count, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Get your 300 hours of RPGs in a month and some change. You know you're doing this to yourself. You can always pull out. You can always.
I need to beat these games before that new one comes out, so I can talk about the new one when it comes out.
When is that one? That one's in March, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Noah's gonna burn himself out completely on RPGs, and when it comes out, he's like, "I'm not playing that game."
100%.
No, I won't. I would have burnt out already if I was gonna do that.
There's still time. Let's reserve
There's-
judgment.
You got a
Remember
whole
what I
nother
played
Monster
before all that Persona? I played all those Final Fantasy games before I played all that Persona.
Hunter.
Same.
Oh,
And I'm
dude,
still
you're
playing
never gonna play
JRPGs.
a turn-based RPG
I will
after
never-
all this.
I will never say Noah has not been committed to the bit. He has been motivated as hell today to get, or this year to get all that done. So,
Yep.
kudos to you and your sanity, because I am not as good as you.
I've been going insane, trust me, but I'm trying to get through these things.
get through them, but I hope you enjoy them in some aspect.
I do.
But
I do. I talked pretty highly about Persona, so
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's Monster Hunter Stories. Noah has a lot of time ahead to get that done. So, God bless you. God bless you. Um, not RPGs, I assume. Noah, talk about Umigari and Kannagi Usagi.
yeah. Umigari is weird fish harpooning horror game. So it's got like a lot of like I don't know, like Japanese horror stuff going on. It's got a lot of like body horror sort of things going on. Um, it's kind of gross, kind of freaky. Um,
Feel free.
like it's kind of like it's not a very well functioning game, but that adds to like the creepiness of it. It's very um like very indie, I guess. It's very like um I don't want to say glitchy because the game like works just fine, but it's like some of the movements are just jarring, and that just adds to kind of the creepiness of it. And like things will just happen, like a guy will like jump into like a body of water and turn into a giant shark, and you're like, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. It just will kind of come out of nowhere, and
Okay.
yeah, it's freakish. It's a freakish game about people turning into fish and fish turning into people. It's like the whole crux of the game, and
Okay.
it's really weird.
Interesting. So that is which one of those?
That's Umigari, and
That's Umigari.
yeah, that game is scarier than any Resident Evil or Silent Hill, like combined. That game freaks me out.
Not that
Freaks
scary.
me out.
Yeah, Resident Evil is not that scary of a game, but yeah.
No. Well,
game
people
series. It's
think
more
that
like-
7's pretty scary, so I'm telling you right now, this is way scarier than 7. So
7 is the scariest game I've ever played. But it does let up like halfway through because it becomes more of an action game.
yeah,
Like every
yeah,
Resident Evil game does.
yeah, they have to.
Um,
Yeah, that's kind of the issue I have with that Silent Hill 2 remake, is that it kind of becomes an action game. But
you should play that thing. I kind of
I-
wish your full thoughts.
yeah, I'll get around to it, but it's just the more gameplay
I mean,
I
I
see of
think
that
you're
thing,
going. You might.
the more gameplay I see of that thing, I just don't think it's gonna be my cup of tea. It's just too action.
No, it's. I think you're fine. I mean, I think it balances it pretty well. I'm gonna be honest. So that's yeah.
This
it's a great-
Umigari game, it just makes you feel very helpless a lot of times. It's got a very good
Yeah.
sense of helplessness and a very good sense of you have to go in here whether you like it or not to continue this game. And there's a lot of times where like I don't want to go in there. I don't want to see what's behind door number 2. Don't make me, please.
So yeah, a first-person fishing harpoon game. I'm kind of
Yep.
looking at this right now.
Yep,
Yeah, it looks pretty insane.
it is.
It
Yeah,
gives
like-
Junji Ito vibes from what I saw of
Yeah.
Noah playing.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. It kind of looks like that fishing game you played a few months back, but with more of a horror tinge to it. You know?
Yeah.
Fishing simulator.
Fishing simulator, yeah. That's
That
an
game was
interesting
pretty
one.
freaky too.
Was it freaky, like, oh, this is freaking awesome, or like scary freaky?
I mean, fish are kind of scary, man.
Yeah, they
You
are.
get in there with them.
Everyone
That's their
says-
territory. That's their territory, dude.
Mhm.
You're invading their territory.
Everyone
You get in
says-
there with them.
Yeah, everyone says, we're exploring space is cool, but there's nothing up there. The real alien life is down below, baby.
That's right. That's
So-
in the ocean causing a commotion.
In the ocean,
In
causing
your rivers eating your livers.
Don't
Oh,
drink water. Fish like to have sex in that. That's what I also hear.
Uh-huh. I
Yeah.
think
But
so.
anyway,
That's my favorite.
yeah. I don't. No press conference about this. Let's move on. More
Turns
more
the
multiplayer.
frogs gay
gameplay.
too. So
Yes, yes. More multiplayer mayhem ensues, but Noah, first tell me about the next game, Kannagi Usagi. What's going
Yeah,
on with
that
this one?
game I've actually played on and off for a while. It's something that I just like to play when I'm in the mood for Sekiro, because it's basically just
Mm,
Sekiro without the levels. You just go into
yeah,
it and you just click on a whatever boss you want to fight and you just fight them. And it has all the basic elements of Sekiro. So you have your parrying, you have your unblockables that can either be either you have to jump on the enemy's head, Goomba Stomp style, or you have
yeah.
to Makiri counter. And that's just
Oh,
like Sekiro. Yep.
I like McCree countering. That sounds like my type of game.
It's a free game that some like guy put out, and I play it once in a while when I want to experience that sort of gameplay without all of the fluff. So it's
It's just Sekiro with waifus, is what it looks like to me.
it's not Sekiro though because you don't have to play the levels. So you just go in
Oh,
and
so the
fight.
best part of the game, the best part of the game is what you're saying.
What's the best part? The levels?
Yeah, the levels are
Getting
awesome.
shot by the guy with the
Yeah,
gun and then dying. That's fun to you? That's your idea of
yeah,
fun?
yeah.
Yeah,
I like
man.
having fun. Yeah,
That's not fun. That's not fun. The poison
or
swamp.
the
You tell me
guy
the
that
poison swamp is your favorite?
I like a poison swamp. What can I
Oh
say?
yeah.
Also, the guy that comes in from the kite, he goes like, "Oh!"
That guy's pretty good.
Smashes
We
you
like
over
that
the
guy.
roof.
We like that guy.
That guy,
That guy's
I like
good.
that
We
guy.
love that guy. Slade should play that game blind and not know what we're talking about and get surprised by him like everyone.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
need to
great.
put a
Sekiro? No.
blindfold on him while he's playing the game. So they can play it
Yeah.
blind.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
there we go.
Uh
I like
yeah.
that idea.
It's a pretty chill experience with that. So, oh,
huh.
I like good games. Oh, playing all these gotcha games
Oh.
you don't actually like, and now we have real cream of the crop, and you're like, "No, thank you." I see how it is. I see how it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
Kannagi Usagi, this game looks pretty sick. I
It's
think it
fun.
looks cool.
Yeah, it's a good little, you don't spend too much time on it. You spend like an hour or two and you're like, "Hey, I played a game."
Yeah, played a
I mean,
game.
it is free, so.
Yep.
Yeah. For
It's the best price.
Uh, yes, the best price is free. Absolutely, free is can't get any freer than that unless they
It's the
give you
American price.
yeah yeah that's right
American way.
that's right yeah. American way that's right.
That's right.
Um, before we talk about Slade and I reclaiming Cyberstan and Helldivers 2, I will mention I played about 2 to 3 hours of 2XKO. And just like my playtime with that game, it sounds like it's only going to be around for 2 or 3 more hours because Riot's pretty much pulling out of that game, it feels like. So that's a bummer. But that game is good. I like that
Wait,
game. It's a fun fighting game,
really?
League of Legends fighting
No,
game.
what do you
Um,
mean by this? Because I see gameplay of this thing like all the time. I thought this thing was like booming.
it's not booming. I think Riot's pretty disappointed by its results.
Huh.
I mean, ultimately it's a free to play fighting game. Like I don't know how many people are going to be there for that.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to like
the
buy the
FGC is
characters, like you just buy like
yeah,
half the
no,
cast.
It's just like League of Legends.
right.
Yeah.
They're trying to put those mechanics or that sort of economy on to a fighting game, and I don't know if it's going to work. Like I just don't know. But the actual core game is fun. Like it's a fun tag fighter. I actually enjoy playing online with people. I was doing pretty well. Um, I was using a lot of mix-up combos. The training mode's really good. I mean, there's some cool stuff in that game. It also looks really good. I primarily used the samurai guy and then the girl, the tentacle lady. I forget what her name is, but both of them are really good. Um, yeah, it's just kind of a bummer. It's just a little footnote I wanted to put. Riot laid off like 80 staffers for that game. Um, and they have kind of like a skeleton team on support right now. So it's not shut down. They can turn it around. They can restaff if things kind of start looking up more. But I just don't know what they expected. I really don't. I mean, it's a very good functional game, but also they're Riot, so they have like unlimited money. I don't know
Yeah.
why they feel the need to pull out so quick. So it's a weird situation. I don't think they have the patience to see it through personally because they've only dabbled in fighting games at this point with this game. And this game was in development for like 10 years. So like to cut and run like that after all that development seems like misguided to me, but companies are pretty fickle these days. So people would rather cut and run and write off things than see it through and keep shoving money at a problem they don't want to solve ultimately. So I don't know. 2XKO, it's a weird situation. A couple hours I played of that. That's a good game. So
Yeah, I've played
um,
a couple hours of that thing. That thing's pretty alright. I've seen
yeah,
a lot
it's
of
fun.
gameplay of it. Seems like they're pretty frequently releasing new characters, so I thought that game was doing good, but that's shock to me.
I think it's doing fine. I just don't think it's doing what Riot wants,
Mm,
like on a
Yeah.
League of
weird.
Legends basis. They have this weird idea where they think if they put their League of Legends characters other places in other formats, it'll reflect on them and they'll be able to bring people to League. That's just not the case. It didn't work
Yeah.
for the show, and people went to the people that did go watched Arcane and then played the game. They're like, oh, this sucks. Like I don't want
Yep.
to play League. It just doesn't work. Like that's their moneymaker. Um, it's wild to me that they think they can do that with all these other weird esoteric League of Legends stuff. And it may be just like they just want to create interesting and different experiences in that universe, which is fine. But ultimately, it feels like their stated goal is to get people back to the main thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of of
Yeah.
two minds about it. I don't know about you, or Slade, but
Yeah. It
it's a weird
was
one.
an okay game. I mean, I'm not gonna cry if it doesn't stick around. Didn't have plans to play it. I mean, Guilty Gear Strive is just way better of a fighting game. So just play
In
that if you
every
want to
way.
play an anime fighter. It's very
Yeah.
accessible, just like that game. And it's just fun. It's just dumb fun. You just play it, play a few fights with a friend, and have a good time. And they just
Yeah.
drip feeding content for that thing constantly. So I don't think it's going away
Yeah.
anytime soon. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry, Slade, what were you saying about that?
Not much. I was mostly agreeing to Noah, but I honestly did not like the look of 2XKO. I saw like some
Really?
gameplay of it and stuff. It didn't in a lot of fighting games, you really gotta make it feel like your punches and your hits matter. And a lot of fighting games really hit that mark, but 2XKO did not.
I can see
Yeah.
Everything
that.
seemed super floaty. It's like your models were hitting each other, but there wasn't any impact to it. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm just not the biggest League of Legends guy. I tried it
I'm not either.
and
Yeah.
it scorned me pretty hard. So I'm like, nah, I think I'm just gonna stay away from this.
Ultimately, when it comes to fighting games, there are three big games in town. It's Mortal Kombat,
Oh,
it's Street Fighter, and it is any other game that tries. You know
yep.
what I mean? Like honestly, Guilty Gear is the third right now, in terms of just popularity. Uh, any other games trying to get an inroads there, if they don't have a popular IP behind it, like a Marvel that has like cachet in the fighting game space, like I don't think League translates to a fighting game as well as Marvel does. I mean, Marvel we have more use cases and test cases for this, but I just don't think it's as ubiquitous as a Marvel. It's just there's no way
Yeah.
that could be the case, right? Um, it's a nice idea. It's a good execution, good to great execution, but I just don't think the cachet is there for it to succeed. Like League is one of the biggest games on the planet, but you know what people are doing with those characters? They're playing them in League. They're not playing them in the other games. You know,
Yeah.
so all this other stuff, these other concerns, trying to get you back to League proper, like I just don't. I don't know who it's for. I really don't know who it's for. Even fighting game players aren't really embracing it that much. The thing that's going to have to do well is it's going to have to be well supported. Um, they're going to have to listen to community feedback. They got to make the game that people want them to make, and ultimately they got to make the competitive scene interesting. That's something I commend Street Fighter Six for. Is they heard all the problems with five, and five was a mess for sure, and they improved upon it with six, right? And with Marvel Tokon, they've been trying to build a game that appeals to players while trying to innovate on some fronts, right? But I also feel like Tokon's going to eat 2XKO's lunch no matter what. So
It's Marvel mixed with
it's Marvel
Arxis.
and
Like,
it's a different tag fighter. It's Arxis. It's all of those
yeah.
things. Yeah. So, that's the one game I feel like people are waiting for. That's the one game that regular regular people are gonna play.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yep.
just
Yeah. Because
you see
it's
a Marvel
Marvel. Yeah.
character. Yep. And I mean, I'm playing it. I'm playing that day one. Noah and I will be playing that game day one.
If it's on PC. Day one.
Yeah.
That's my caveat.
Well, just
Otherwise,
borrow
I
a
can't
PS5.
play it.
Come on, just borrow a PS5. There you go.
I had somebody
yeah,
tell me that I could do that. Finally, for
Yes,
but
you
I
probably
was like,
should.
I don't need to do that. Okay. That seems
Yeah,
like
you're right.
more
Go
of
buy
a
one.
hassle.
Go buy a new PlayStation 5. Yeah, there you go.
Why would I
If you
want to
buy
buy a console with no games? That's just silly. You're just being
That's what
silly at
I'm
this game.
saying.
At this point, you're just being silly.
It's the Switch 2 issue where there's plenty of games. There's just not a lot of exclusives, which I understand. But that's also that slowly that's becoming a world that we don't exist in anymore. Like exclusives just don't sell consoles like they used to.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Yeah. Besides the fighting game little chat, the last couple things I wanted to mention are first, just a quick aside. Xenoblade Chronicles X, not 2, which I wrote on this doc. Xenoblade Chronicles X got a Switch 2 edition, and I booted that up yesterday, and it runs real good, looks real good, and it's going to be good to play that game on there like that. They need to update the other ones. They do Xenoblade 1 Chronicles 1 through 3. I will be a happy boy because those games are good. I like 2 a lot, but number 1, that's the one. And Noah likes 3 because there's a character named Noah, so you know that's pretty good too. So hopefully they
amiibo.
upgrade those.
I have
There
the
you go.
Noah amiibo.
Yeah.
And
I bet-
what's her face? Nia as well. Yeah. Or not Nia. What's
Nia.
the Is it Nia?
Nia's in the second one.
Yeah, no, it's not
it's
Nia.
not
It's what's the cat girl in the third one? I don't remember. I just remember Noah because he's cool.
It's
Me
off of
is
that,
it
yeah.
Mio?
Mio? That
Mio.
sounds right.
Yeah,
Mio
it's Mio.
sounds right, yeah.
I really
Cat
pulled that
girl
out of my
names.
ass.
Cat girl names are wild.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
hey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 solos them all, I'm afraid.
Sure.
You haven't played the first one.
If you like, your hentai designer, then sure.
Well, he does. Persecution is
now.
allowed here.
Hey, now.
You should play the first one, Slade. That game is awesome.
I should. I really should.
That is like a you game, 100%. You would. That feels like a game that like you would tell your friends about, and like this is one of my favorites ever. Like that seems like a Slade game. So one of these days you'll get to it. But yeah, still talking to Slade about video games. We have the reclamation of Cyberstan in Helldivers 2. Okay, so I was on the internet recently, and I heard that that Super Earth or whatever the hell have asked us to come back and fight the invading robot horde, and Slade and I picked up the call. We said yes, we will do this, and Power also said yes, I will do this, and also buy the Halo ODST skin too because I'm broken inside, and so we got on our gear, our nice shiny gear, and my level 9 character and Slade's level 30 something character. And we attempted to assault Cyberstan to
we attempted.
mixed results, we'll call it that.
Yeah, that game
Played-
is unapproachable. It's difficult.
It's not unapproachable.
It's so
It's hectic. It's hectic in the right ways, and I like that. It feels
Yeah.
like you're like losing your mind and you're losing the battle all the time, and I
Yeah.
kind of love that.
Yeah.
It feels like you're like doing the Left 4 Dead thing where you're just like, get away from me, just spraying and praying.
Uh-huh.
I kind of love that about it. But Slade was like my hero. So Slade, tell him kind of how it went. I want your account of this.
Well, we dropped in and Power died twice right off the bat.
Right off the bat, like I landed, died, respawned, and a monster or like a robot stepped on me. That was it. Immediately,
It was awesome.
Died twice. Yes.
We also spawned on like the edge of the map. So Power tried to revive me a couple times, and he kept throwing me into the dead zone, so
I
it
did
wouldn't
do that.
revive me.
I
It was
do that.
awesome.
Thanks
It was
for,
great.
bringing that up. I'm not really covering myself in glory here, but yeah.
and we took out a camp or two, a couple small encampments. We got to the objective. We finished the objective. We did finish the objective. Now extracting.
You finished the objective. I was dead.
Extracting was a different story. We got down to one reinforcement, and me and Power kept trading places because for some reason the extraction area was in the middle of an encampment. I haven't played in a long time. I don't usually do bots, and it was on Cyberstand, so the difficulty was cranked up. So I didn't know that extraction could spawn in encampments, and we got the beacon active, and we sure tried our hardest, but man, we our names will be remembered in Super Earth's halls of glory.
It will not be remembered.
No.
Our gravestones have been set up and then crushed summarily on the fields, the bloody fields of Cyberstan. Yeah,
Yes.
we attempted to extract, but it was the SpongeBob meme of what did I tell you, old man? And then it comes over with a belt. Like that's how Cyberstan felt. It was like there was one time where like it was towards the last bit where I landed on top of a mountain. You had just since died, and I was like prone, and the ground was swarming with robots. Swarming. Like
Literally.
there was like 40 bots around me. Like no joke. I'm like, Slade, I'm gonna toss you, I'm gonna yeet you as far as I can. Try to unlock this beacon. We tried. I Kobe'd you across the field, but to no avail. There was a lot of action back in that base. So we did our best. It was really early in the morning too, so we were kind of dead anyway, but yeah,
It
not
was
great.
it was chaotic. We wouldn't have done much anyways. Like the order for taking back Cyberstan failed miserably in the grand scheme of Helldivers.
Yeah.
But we gave it our best, and we'll come back at the bots when we get a bit of a chance.
Yeah, we might need to get a ringer in there. We might need to tell our buddy pal Drake to get in there. Because it's Cyberstan needs to be conquered, and we just added to the death toll this time, sadly. So hopefully next time we have better results, not mixed. So Helldivers 2 turns out that's a good game. No one doesn't like it, but I do. So I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun turn your brain off.
Yeah.
A risk assessment type of shooter. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Risk assessment is right. We assessed a lot of risk and took on a lot of risk. We should have brought in shots.
A little bit.
But yeah, that's a lot of video games we talked about. It's a lot of games. Games are good, turns out. Games continue to be good. Old games are good. New games are good. We're playing a lot of stuff. But yeah, here's a little game for us. We're going to do a quick topic, and we're going to get the hell out of here. So we're going to create the most annoying JRPG party member in remembrance of Noah's long, arduous journey playing all the Personas except for 4. Well, not all the Personas, 3 and 5. He was playing those.
Yeah.
So, but basically, the idea here, and this is our topic, it is the one person no one wants on the party, and the game would be a 10 out of 10 without this dude or without this lady, this character. Basically. And the criteria is this. So you got to make your annoying JRPG party member. Each of us have to make a character, name them. Each character has to have an annoying tagline or catchphrase. They have to have their thing, the thing that they're like good at in party comp, because you're not going to make a character that is not at least proficient in something, right? What's a quirk of theirs and what's their weapon? Very simple. And we can just like talk this out. We don't even have to go that long on it. But Noah has played the most RPGs of late. I want to hear. Let's hear what you got. Have you thought about this a little bit?
Yeah, so this character has to be, they have to have like something like quirky about them that makes it to where like you're not allowed to dislike this character. Like maybe they like are like some sort of like I don't know, they have some sort of trait to where it's like if you dislike this character, then that makes you a terrible person. You are actively a horrible person if you don't like this Quirk Chungus character sort of trait, Whether it's like, something to do with like their identity, their personality, their nationality, whatever that is that they put into this character. They make it to where you have to like this character. Otherwise, you, good sir, are a terrible person. But then they make them do like the most insufferable things. They're like and they show up at like all the worst moments. Like this serious thing happens, and then it's like, oh, it'll get better. It's all right, guys. That sort of party member of like, just completely ruining the mood of the whole scene, and they have to have a lot of forced deployment with the character, right? Like you have to use this character for several story important moments because they're the party member, and they're gonna use something like they use like a hula hoop to attack, right? So they're like jiving around, like they have this like voice line that's like, "Hey, I'm feeling groovy," something like that, and they do that voice line like every time they hit something,
Yeah.
So it's got to be.
That's kind of the idea. That's kind of the idea. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that's how you craft an insufferable JRPG character. Bonus points if they're like the only ones that like get voice acting, whereas like everyone else is like not voice acted, and then just like the annoying one gets voice acting. They spent all the resources on voice acting that one, so.
Right.
So.
Right. For sure.
That's what I've got.
Okay, so like that's what you got. That's what you got. So have you named your guy? Do you have a guy? No, explain your guy. Is it a guy or a gal?
It doesn't matter. It can be either. It doesn't have to be one
They're
or
non-binary.
the other. Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't decided. And
they're like a queena. They're like a queena where they're
Yep.
They're a
exactly.
Heaper, slash, yeah.
They're not even specifically human. We don't know what they are. We just know that they're made of irritadium, this material that's just really irritating. See, and
yes,
so
I like that.
I know so.
Yep,
it wafts off. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yep. And their name is Party Time. Because it's always party time with Party Time.
Yeah.
Is that the tagline too? It's party time.
It's party time.
We love party time. Woohoo! Yeah, I like that. I like the idea. It's like the Pickle Rick thing mixed with Mr. Meeseeks.
Yeah.
It's party time. Look at me. Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm your favorite party member. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm forced to play here. It's me.
Yeah. Slade likes some party time, don't you, Slade?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. What does this freak look like, Noah? Do you have an idea of what this guy looks like? Describe him to us.
He's generated by ChatGPT.
Like that? I like that.
He looks different every time.
Yep. Every time.
He's slightly like off every time you look at him. You're just like,
sometimes he has 4 fingers, sometimes he has 5, sometimes he has 6 or 7.
Sometimes he's like biblically accurate to his original self, and you're just like, you look a little too realistic for my liking.
Okay, but that would actually be an awesome party member. So
and they fed like
why is
they fed like Amano's artwork into ChatGPT and were like, do this. Be this.
I like that.
And then it like pumped out like the most like non-Amano thing ever possible. And they're like, perfection. Yep.
I'm just picturing a creature where you just like to upgrade this character, you just have to GPT modify it all the time. So every time I'm like, I need party time to be more better. We need to make him more better. And they're like, okay, here is some results for more better party time. And he's like, I got a gun now, I guess. I don't know. And he's wiping his nose. He's got a
Yeah.
white trail of something.
But the
It
gun
could
like
be- it could
attaches to
be-
the hula hoop because the hula hoop is an essential part
Yeah.
of it. So then
I think
when he's
so, yeah.
spinning around, the gun's firing off from the hula hoop. See?
That's pretty good. Can he wear the hula hoop and shoot with the hula hoop
Yeah,
on
yeah,
too?
yeah.
Is that possible?
It's shooting while he's hooping the hula. Yeah.
Hooping the hula. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty good. Okay, so party time. Party time. It's a queen of situation. We don't know
Don't know.
what they quite are.
Yeah.
But they're kind of a nuisance, right?
Yeah,
What do you
that's their
call it?
gender is nuisance, probably, most likely.
The gender is
Yeah.
nuisance. The gender
Yeah.
is nuisance. I like that. That's my favorite progressive rock album. Is my gender is nuisance.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. So what's the thing that's wafting off of them again? Irritadium? What did you say?
Irritadium, yeah. Irritadium.
Irritadium. Yeah. Interesting. It's like an energy vampire situation where they're just siphoning off of you your annoyance. Basically, like your annoyance is like fuel to them, and it's making them stronger. It gives them like buffs and debuffs. You know, if you start to like party time too much, he does actively worse.
I like that.
The
I
more
like
you're
that.
annoyed with him, he's like more powerful. He's like, ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm
really
feeling
feeling it.
It's
good.
party
It's pretty good.
time.
I like it's party time. No, write down it's party time in the chat so I can name it that. That would be pretty good. Or you can name it that. We have to name this podcast it's party time now. Or Mr. Party Time, whatever. So
Mr. Party Time.
that's oh yeah, I was gonna ask. So like is the hula hoop his only weapon? Is that the only thing? The gun
Yeah, but
hula hoop?
they attach hula hoops or attachments to the hula hoop. You know, whatever ChatGPT cooks up, whatever's the most popular weapon, you know, of the era, you know, that's what they're gonna be having attached to the hula hoop. You know, or they'll have like some kind of like hip and trendy thing going on with the hula hoop, like. Maybe it's like, you know, like a 6-7 hula hoop and like the 6 and the 7 are like spinning around, you know, the hula hoop.
Yeah.
Something like
those
that, you know.
quirky New Year's classes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. And all the jokes are going to be really outdated in like 3 months after the thing is released. So it probably already were outdated by the time the thing is released. So. Yep.
Yeah, he's a character that is a timely, and we're gonna look back and go, party time didn't work, right? Like,
yeah, party time was kind of offensive, guys. Like, I didn't like what he said.
Yeah. He said some words.
Yeah.
When he said it's party time, I became progressively more annoyed.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't like party time anymore.
I don't think it's party time. Yeah.
I don't. Party time. There's a time and a place, and now is not party time.
There is a time and a place. That's for sure. Slade, do you have anything that is close to this? Do you have a character kind of in your brain here, or do you want to just talk it out like Noah just did?
Yeah, we'll I kind of have a character. I have a couple ideas, but I think I'm having some problems with this in a game I'm playing right now. So I'm gonna go off of this. It's a character who is a character that is not ready for the tasks that he has put himself up to, and is being like a big crybaby. Big crybaby characters.
Okay.
Gotta be some of the most annoying characters, especially if someone's really serious and they're just whining like, "No, this wasn't how this was supposed to go, guys. Oh my gosh, no. What are we gonna do?" But they're like they're your forced best friend.
Yeah.
Right. And so like right off the rip, like when you meet this character, he didn't start off as your best friend, but as the game progresses on, whether you like him or not, he's going to be there with you throughout the whole game, and you have no say in this matter. And he will lead the things. He will be like the way forward, right? But he will fuck up everything, and that's how the the conflict happens a lot. He'll be like, "Yes, we got this. We're building an army," and then it all falls apart. It's like, not again.
Not again.
Great. That's great. What's this guy's name? Is this a dude? Is it late? What is this? What is this thing?
It's got to be a guy, because if it was a
Okay.
girl, then people would just be like, "Oh, it's a girl failure."
They would
We
actually
love that
have
girl
hate.
failure.
They would have hate towards her, and they would also direct it probably towards the voice actress, which is really sad. But that's probably what would.
Yeah. Yep. So it's got to be a guy, so that way he has no redeeming qualities. And we'll go with Quirk Friendo. I think that's a good name.
Quirk Friendo. Okay, you're getting a little close to Kirk Friendo, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Ain't no friend of
Is that an
mine.
actual? Is that an actual
Kirkenually,
character?
you're getting close. You're getting
Yeah.
Kirkenually.
Ain't no
Yeah,
friend
no,
of
that's fair.
mine.
That's
for
right.
sure.
Yeah, and well, it's a JRPG, so he's gonna be he's gonna also be an attacker. So that way, there's no point to ever have him on your party, because he's like an all-rounder attacker, and that's already your main character, right? And then you have your heavy hitters and stuff. So we're like, why is he here? There's no point.
Gotcha. That makes sense to me. I like that a lot. What's this idiot look like? Tell me what you think this guy looks like.
Okay, he's gonna have. Trying to think. He's gonna have black hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna look quite basic. So he just has like, he has like a kind of a haircut like Yusuke almost.
Okay. Yeah, I can picture it.
Yeah, and he's gonna have clothes on that make him seem important, right? Like these clothes that are kind of esoteric, and it's like, oh, I wonder what this is about. Like, what's this style from? This is kind of different from everybody else.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. Nothing. It's never explained except in passing.
So he looks important, but you're like, are you trying to be? Is it like a lot of main character energy this guy's giving off? You kind of get that vibe.
Yeah. He's giving off, like, like I said, like he's been there with you through it all. He's as stand out as your character, but it just doesn't work.
Gotcha. Okay. I like it a lot. Yeah. So I guess, what is this guy proficient at? Got any weapons? How's this dude?
Yeah.
Get some fisticuffs going?
So he's he like I said, he's an all-rounder character, right?
Mhm.
So jack of all trades, master of none. Maybe leaning a little bit more into the support side, but not enough to like be the main support character or anything. And his weapon of choice, it would be definitely just a sword, like a different sword. Like if the main character already uses a sword, it'd be like, I don't know, if your character uses like a long sword, then he'll use like a rapier or something,
Okay.
But just a pretty basic, standard cut and dry sword.
Okay.
Have something for a little bit of magical capabilities for that side as well. Maybe like a little tome or a little orb that he uses.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. And remind me of this dude's name again.
Quirk Friendo.
Quirk Friendo. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, his archetype, is he kind of played off as like the best friend character of a Persona game, kind of, or is he kind of like trying to upstage the main protagonist? How do you feel?
Yeah, it's like he's kind of clashing for some spotlight with the main protagonist. Like I said, he spearheads a lot of the stuff going on. He's like he's like a leader character, if you will, right?
Gotcha.
But yeah, it just doesn't work.
Love it. Quirk
Um,
Friendo. Okay. You're painting a good picture. I like Quirk Friendo, even though he's probably pretty annoying.
His tagline catchphrase is like, "Come on, guys, we can all do this."
We can all do this.
Like that. we can all do this. And everyone's like, shut up.
We
I'm
can't do
dying.
this.
They're like, they're like debuffed and they have like a bunch of like poison happening to them. But like,
Uh,
fuck, I can't listen to this. I'm dying. He's like trying to like cheer everyone on. Yeah.
it always somehow plays the voice line when everyone's in like critical condition in a fight as
Yes,
well.
it's so good. Yes, I love that. It's like it's like a generated voice line, right? Where it's
Yeah, it's
they have it lined up, but it's always misplaced in the wrong spot.
it,
Yeah, for sure.
whenever you're in a bad strait, it always just plays, and you're like, shut up.
You're like, I don't know why the developers think I need this right now. I don't need this right now.
What?
Alone.
This is the third time I've reset this boss. I do not have this.
Yes, totally. I like
You
it.
have this.
I like
We
it.
got this, guys.
We got this, guys. Everyone shoots him a dirty look. I love it. Anything else you want to expound upon on your guy Kirk Friendo, Charlie Kirk Friendo?
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah.
That's his Christian name is Charlie. We call him Charlie.
Yeah. Everyone just calls him Quirk though.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah. No, that's about it. Later in the game, he'll try to get some character development, but it's real baseline, right? It's like, I need to stop being such a crybaby, and if we really just work harder, guys, we'll make it. We'll do even better. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
And he was like, kind of like Morgana railroads you into like going to bed and not going to certain areas. He's always the guy. It's like, maybe we shouldn't go over there right now, player. I think it looks scary.
That's good. I like that. He's actively like saying like, don't go off the beaten path in this, main goal centric way. Like, you don't worry. We'll worry about this.
Don't worry about that. Not right now.
I like it. Okay, so we got Mr. Party Time. We got Quirk Friendo. So that's good. Those are two good entries. I've been making some lore for my guy. I'm not gonna lie. This is an interesting one. So he's a mascot character. I like my mascot characters, even though Morgana sucks. He's a little better than Morgana, but he's not amazing. All right. I mean, he's one of these guys that they tried really hard to make a mascot character. They're just like, he's the most mascotty character of all time. Like, he is all over the promotion for this thing. Like, he is like one of the first characters you meet. He's like one of the first party members. His name is Hornswoggle. His name is Hornswoggle. He's a stuffed rhino. Okay. He wants to be called Snugglescoon, but no one likes him that much. Everyone goes like, they're like, you're really trying to get yourself in our good graces, and we see right through you, Mr. Hornswoggle. At the end, during his pivotal dramatic moment, people call him Snugglescoon, and it's a good resolution there. But his taglines are, it could be anything. I mean, he's not the smartest guy ever, but he tries to say things that are genuinely smart, and he tries to be, kind and loving. He sounds kind of like Barney the dinosaur a little bit. He goes like, "Give me a big old hug" to like an enemy. He gives them a big old bear hug and squishes them. That's one of his main powers there. But then he's kind of been through the ringer. He's a big tanky guy. He gets knocked around a little bit. So sometimes he says stuff he doesn't quite know about, like 9/11 was an inside job, ugh, like stuff like that. Like sometimes he goes off the reservation. The Snugglescoon, he's not always there. Hornswoggle, he's a little, he's got a touch of the tism, just a touch of the tism. And he's not perfect. He's not perfect. We love parts of him. He's kind of annoying. He's like a good tank. That's like his role. But like he basically takes up a slot where like another party member would be better. Like he's a good starting. He's the Kamari of the party, if you know Final Fantasy X. Like he's like an interesting looking character, but like he's not that useful. Like he's okay. There's no like secret thing about him, like in terms of his combat style. He uses boxing gloves. He's just looking to punch people. He has almost no finesse to his form at all. Yeah, he's just this kind of lumbering, tanky rhino, stuffed rhino. He's basically Teddy from Persona 4 if he was really dumb. Really dumb. And I know you detest Teddy, Slade. I'm pretty sure it's you. You do not like Teddy.
I hate him.
I hate you. but Teddy's great.
Ooh, damn.
Basically, Teddy, if he's really dumb, and he tries to like read books specifically on 9/11 for some reason, but like really hurts his head, so he can't do it for too long. He's like, I tried, but the words are so long, I can't do it. And people are like, it's okay, Hornswoggle, you can do it. Just take some time. Start with picture books, and we'll go up from there. And he's like, oh, I want to get smart like you guys, and I can't, Um, but yeah, that's the thing. The big dramatic arc from Hornswoggle is after a really hard fight, he sacrifices himself for the party, and as he's laying down, he's got a hole through his fluffy rhinoceros chest, and it's the stuffing is just popping out every breath. It's painful. He's laying on the ground. Oh, I just wanted to be your friend, guys. I just wanted to be your friend one last time. And everyone went, Snuggles Coon. They give him a big hug. And then he dies, and like they have to bury him in like a ditch somewhere. And everyone remembers Snuggles Coon, and they were like, he wasn't that bad. Like he was okay. He was kind of annoying, but like at the end you actually miss him. He gives his life for the party, and he wasn't that bad. He meant well. The Hornswoggle, he just wanted to be called Snuggles Coon. That's what I think about him. So I have a soft
I
spot
love it.
towards Hornswoggle. So anyway,
He sounds exactly
that's
like Teddy.
Yep.
This is creating the most annoying JRPG party members.
There's no need to. I mean, you can just play Persona and you can see some of them. Like Morgana.
Noah just says
Morgana
things
is
sometimes.
at least better than Teddy. Morgana's
No,
tolerable.
she's not. Let's move on before I actually. Yeah, that's pretty much a podcast. There's been a couple things we've been getting into otherwise. Slade's been watching training videos for work. That must be super enriching. What's going on with that? You want to talk about that? Is that entertaining?
Not really. I mean, unless you guys want to hear about E. coli and
I love E. coli. It's my favorite.
What temperatures food are safe in and what they are not safe in. Do you know one of the most deadly like neuro diseases ever? This was a fun fact I learned. Botulism.
Oh, botulism. Okay.
That's the most deadly things you can get from food. So
okay. Well, I don't want that. Is E. coli okay though?
No, it's
also
pretty bad
bad
too.
Why can't you get anything good from food though? You never get anything good.
You can if you cook it in the right temperatures and you wash your hands every 30 seconds and you make sure that if you bring in a speck of dirt, then you should be killed, execution style.
So a white room, white garb, white gloves, a mask, perhaps, will be good making our sandwiches. I understand.
Yep. You gotta be like the guy from Generator Rex that has never touched a germ in his life.
Bro, second time we've had this pool lately, and I'm still flabbergasted you brought it up. I mean, Generator Rex is just like a retard's been 10. Like it's fine. I understand people that like it, but I kind of look at you a little funny. I go like, you bring that up first before bed 10? I don't know. That's fine. I don't know. That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
I forgive you for bringing up Generator X.
Appreciate it.
Noah, have you been watching anything? Not Slate's training videos. Have you been doing anything?
No, I don't do things anymore.
Yeah, it's only Persona. He just lives and
I live and die by Persona. I mean, I'm behind on all my seasonals. I gotta catch up on all my seasonal anime, like Oshinoko and Fate Strange Fate and Frieren and Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero. I need to catch up on all those.
Vigilantes, yeah.
I
need to start that new Vigilante season up.
Yeah. It was good. What I watched of it was good, so. But
okay. I've been watching hella One Piece, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe I gotta watch that One Piece thing.
Mhm.
I saw a good meme about that. I'm like, oh my kid said he wanted to watch One Piece instead of One Piece. I didn't know I had a gay son.
Yeah, this son right there. One
That's pretty
Piece
good.
instead of One Piece. I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty
Gotta
good.
do
You know
something.
what? I'm of the opinion that if you're you wanting to seek it out and watch that version of it, I have no issue. I'm sure you'll get the gist. So it might be
Oh, yeah.
like the Cliff Notes version, whatever people want to say. I don't know. I haven't watched it. It's totally fine. You will get, I'm sure, a very similar experience. So yeah, that's cool. I've been watching a lot of One Piece. I'm in Summit War right now. It continues to be incredible. It's so good. Everybody needs to drop whatever they're doing, all the stuff they like, and watch this instead. It's the best. It's everything to me. I've also been watching The Traders, which is great. Always great. Still the best reality show out there. It's a bunch of celebrities and reality stars trying to solve fake problems. And that's what's great. Like, don't give me real problems. Give me fake ones. I want to hear people that have no business being in the same room with each other talk mad shit about the other. That's awesome, especially to their face. That's a good time. The Traders is all about that. It's just mafia, but with people that have Botox. It's great. I love that.
Mhm.
The Pit, also great. It's a medical show. It's a cozy show, even though they're in a hospital and it's a trauma center. It's nice to kind of sit back and go like, oh, they're saying a lot of medical terms. I think I understand. He's talking about a tracheotomy. I know what that is, right? Trachea is somewhere in here, right? That's kind of my experience watching The Pit. I also watched Predator Badlands since the last time I recorded. That movie's awesome. If you haven't seen any Predator movie, start with that one. That one's awesome. You'll love it. It's the only PG-13 Predator movie, so that's weird. It doesn't feel like we lose anything, but it's just weird that they made a PG-13 Predator movie. That movie's
Yeah.
great. That movie's awesome. So I recommend that one very highly. But the show I've been watching that has been amazing has been the new Game of Thrones show, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Again, like Predator Badlands, you don't have to watch anything prior to this. Do you like swords? Do you like men that got armor on them? Great. They fight. It's cool. It's a great show. It's like, what if Shrek was sometimes serious, but they kind of pissed and shit everywhere? It's great. Night of Seven Kingdoms is great. I think it's awesome. It's only going to be 6 episodes this season, 30-minute episodes ish most of the time. I told Noah about it. It's so good. They are doing so good. It's like reaching highs that the original Game of Thrones did, in a smaller time, in a smaller window. And I think it is excellent stuff. I love that show. And this finale is already this week. I'm really sad about it. But, it sounds like they're going to be making that show for a long time because there's a lot of stories. It's like a side story thing that George R. R. Martin did with this character named Duncan the Tall. So, yeah, it's awesome, awesome stuff. I love it. Yeah, that's a podcast. Thank you for joining me, boys. I appreciate it. Slade, thanks for coming around. Thanks for hanging out with us all night. I appreciate you.
I'll be back again with more of the worst games you could possibly find.
We'll see how many hours you're into Mewgenics next time too. We'll catch up.
That's true.
For sure. But by this time next podcast, there is no more video games to play because I will be playing Resident Evil 9 only.
I thought you were going to
That's
play
the only
Pokemon
video
only.
game.
What happened to that?
I'll also be playing Pokemon, but Resident Evil 9. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Leon's gonna suplex a zombie, bro.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine and good.
You don't like suplexes? No, you played Final Fantasy 6. Suplexes are
If it's like a phantom train, sure, but a zombie. That's
what
just
if
kinda
it was
boring.
an opera singer zombie though? That'd be pretty good.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
That'd be pretty good. Hear me
Could be.
out.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Maybe.
that game's coming out. I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be great. Thanks for joining us on Stick Drift. Don't pick your nose. Don't pick your friend's nose. Just pick your friends and love them. I knows this to be true. Thank you for joining us. We love you. And
Kid Icarus
and what?
Uprising reference.
Oh, is that right?
That's pretty good.
Noah's nodding vigorously.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. My hands hurt just thinking about that game. Okay, bye.
Bye. That's really weird. Bye.